Previously on Pheromone. But this is Capsule Monster Coliseum. Welcome to Capsule Monster Coliseum, man. It was featured in, hello, eHero XGP. It was featured in the manga, the Yu-Gi-Oh manga. It was featured in, it doesn't have the storyline from the anime featuring Alexander the Great that I know of, right? But, yeah, this is some classic Yu-Gi-Oh! It was another game developed by Kazuki Takahashi that I guess just never took off the same way. But Konami did make a full game for it, and it does feature a lot of different characters, so, here we go. Yugi Muto and his alter ego who have been trapped in the Millennium Puzzle. Pause for dramatic effects. Oh, good. Will use their wits and monster capabilities to defeat all their opponents. Yeah, like every Yu-Gi-Oh! game. As they fight for the title bestowed on only the best Capsule Monster Coliseum fighter. Gotta edit the stream title. It's Capsule Monster Coliseum. Okay. Done. King of Capsule Monsters. Alright, well. It's time to, capsule. I don't know if there's catchphrases for this the same way, right? We're not gonna dimension the dice. It does. Alright, so, got our Coliseum here. We gotta submit entry, enter name. Okay, so, how do you spell pheromone? I'm always so sorry that pheromone is so difficult to spell. I mean, I know it by now, but, like, it's definitely, like, a trick question. How do you spell pheromone? Oh, there's a little music note. We're not gonna use that, but that's cute. Purchase a starter kit. For quick start, play with the preset settings or build custom creature. Let's start with the starter kit, right? I don't want to ruin this by being like, yeah, summon Skull and Dark Magician, and they're like impossible to summon. Is this dubbed?
Grandpa!
I didn't know it was dubbed! Oh man, okay.
Ah, I thought you would come, Yugi. What are you doing? I knew you wouldn't have prepared anything. You're always so impatient. I brought monsters that you can use in the tournament.
I had no idea.
That's my
It's like really them. Okay. The schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
Hold your horses.
Hey, awesome animals.
Never said I was giving you these for free.
Oh.
I'll exchange them for monster points. Monster points? You can earn monster points by winning during the tournament. Keep winning to get more and more. Ah, I see. Let me.
This is great. I love, by the way, that it's the Pharaoh, but he's acting like he's little Yugi. He's like Grandpa. That's not how little Yugi sounds. He's like Grandpa.
Monsters
this is on
can be
PlayStation 2.
separated into light, dark, fire, water, earth, wood, wind, and thunder.
Okay, I get light, dark,
can be
fire,
separated
water.
into light. In other
Whoa!
words, each monster
If
has
you
a
leave him
different
going,
attribute.
it repeats. Or at least it was.
And each attribute has a different advantage and disadvantage.
But yeah, it's a PS2 game. This is old. This is like a 17-year-old game. And I don't know that all of you are even 17, but this seems really cool. Okay, this is awesome.
If you don't think you can remember them, I suggest you
Okay,
take
I need some paper so I can write down all the stuff. Or chat, you gotta remember this for me then. Whoa, that's a lot.
Is strong against dark.
Light beats dark.
Against earth.
Dark beats earth. What does earth beat? I assume thunder.
Fire is strong against wood.
Yes, that makes
Water
sense.
is strong against fire.
And water strong against fire. I get that. Okay. That's fine.
Earth
Clearly.
is strong against thunder.
That makes
wood
sense.
Is strong against wind.
that doesn't check out, but okay.
Wind is strong against water, and thunder is strong against light.
What kind of Pokemon is this? Why isn't thunder strong again? Okay, never mind. It's not Pokemon.
That's it.
Okay. You guys can pop quiz me.
These relationships, it will increase your chances for victory.
There's something about that photo. It's like, oh yeah, just memorize this, right? Is there anything? Everything is only strong against one type, right? So it goes water, fire, wood, wind, and separately dark, earth, thunder, light. So that's kind of easy to remember, ish. But it's not as bad as you think if you just separate them into 4 points on 2 squares.
So only having monsters of a single attribute is dangerous.
Oh, this is so cool.
That's my grandson. You learn quickly. However, you should always take your opponent's attribute into account.
No poison types, no ghost, no dragon.
Point to remember. Well, the rest is up to you.
Okay.
I understand.
Alright, so I got a starter kit for purchase. Okay. Oh, there's different. Okay. So this is good because this has 2 of each of the different squares because it's fire, water. It's water, fire, wood, wind. Yeah, water, fire, wood, wind. So you get the water to the fire and the fire to the wood. And then light beats, and I'm trying to like memorize this as we go along. Light beats earth, earth beats... No, dark beats earth, earth beats... Okay, I've already messed up. Let's see. Oh, but they just have these... Oh, no, never mind. I got that wrong. You only get to pick 1 starter kit. Right? Oh, but it says buy 0. How many dollars do I have? Let's just get the dark starter kit, right? Water, fire, wood, wind. I don't know that Ojamas were out yet. I picked dark for Dark Magician, right? Alright, let's go to area 1. Oh snap, it's Joey Wheeler. Okay, stage details. Many of the landforms are advantageous for water monsters. Okay. Is Verify like you literally just get to check the map in advance? It kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy Tactics, right? Get set up, and then go do stuff. I love all the unique art for the game. Okay, yeah, this is just to verify the map. We're not actually playing the game yet. We're just like, okay, this does stuff. I see why it's advantageous to water, though, because I guess if you're like standing on water, it's good for water people. And there is a lot of water on this map, and I'm a dark monster collector. At least I am right now. What do you think about the controller? Oh yeah, I left those up. So I got my new controller here that has an adapter on it. What do you think? Like pink, green, blue. What about gold? I like that. All right, so enter the stage. Do you want to fight on the stage? Yes, dark, and we're gonna fight a fire opponent. It's really funny that he's a fire opponent on a water stage. It would make sense to make Joey like a really bad starter. Right, that he's like on the wrong stage. I guess you would if you started the game fresh and you could only pick 1 starter, you probably would want to start with water. But I didn't want to be the freaky fish guy. So here's our field, very majestic.
Hiya, Yuke. I've been waiting for you.
Joey!
So excited, it's the happiest
The one and
Yami-Yugi.
only. And don't think I'm gonna take it easy on you just because you're my friend. I'm not holding anything back.
This is
Then let's
really
get
cool.
started, Joey.
This is really, really cool. I just didn't realize the production values were going to be so good because a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh games that came over did have Japanese voiceovers, but later on they ended up cutting the voiceovers completely out. Okay, so select a card. How about this one? Oh, I got a 5. Okay, so I get to choose who goes first, right? I will attack first. Game starts on my turn. It's like, it's legit, right? This reminds me of Duel Links to a degree, that we're actually playing real and actual Yu-Gi-Oh! But we're not playing real Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, so here's our eggs. I should have read the manga before this. Just so I'd like remember what the rules are, so we're gonna kind of like figure this out as we go along. Okay, so...
Okay, I'll select my monsters to play with.
Okay.
Wait a sec.
Is it gonna help us?
Yugi?
There's a limit on which monsters you can use, which is determined by monster points.
Okay, so you have like a
You mean the points I paid
deployment cost.
in order to get monsters.
Yeah. Each stage has a set limit of monster points. And the total monster points of the monsters you use cannot exceed the limit.
These voiceovers are really good.
I see. That means if the monster point limit of the stage is 100, then I can use 10 monsters that are 10 monster points each.
Yami Yugi can do math. Good deal.
Or I can only use 5 monsters if they are 20.
That's right.
Okay.
So you have to think carefully about the balance.
Well, looks like I only have 30 MP costs, but that means I could use 9 Kuribohs. Or I could use some of these. So we don't want to just do big monsters. Feral Imp is huge, obviously, but it's 102, which is a regular cost. The attack points on the Feral Imp. Oh, okay, we have different attributes. The Dark Starter Pack actually has a bunch of different attributes. We don't have any water monsters in here, but we also don't have any wood, which is fine. The Kuribohs are okay, they're nice and cheap, but I want to start off with 270. Try to get a decent bang for our buck here, and we'll add in some... Oh, those are still only 32. Oh, but there's thunder, so that's what makes them interesting. Fine, we'll go ahead and we'll add a Feral Imp. And we will add in one of these, and now we have 103 left. We can add another Feral Imp back in, but I think instead of that, let me do a Kurama, and then we'll do a Kuriboh. And that should cover everything, yeah, because we don't have enough points for anything else. So now that we've got that, we can go ahead and hit start, and we're sure. So it is Capsule Monster Coliseum for the PS2. I've never played it before. Like, I'm literally experiencing this as if it was, you know, 2002 or whatever. So how far can I deploy a monster? Okay, so I can't deploy it over there, but I can deploy it on the blue spaces. Okay. So select a method of monster place. We'll do random for now. Just let it kind of put stuff out. So we got our monsters, and I have positioned them all. Directly on Joey. So it's basically Final Fantasy Tactics is what I'm seeing, right? We have our places on the field, our starter monsters. It's time to start. My favorite catchphrase.
In order to move your pieces, you need AP.
I see. Each piece has a set requirement of AP.
Yeah, this is really wild, dude.
And
Glad to have you here, Snow, so that we can play together.
On the screen decreases.
Okay, so we have an AP meter. I'm going to kind of speed that along so we can get in here. Alright, so... if we summon it, it increases our AP. So let's go ahead and... I don't know if I want to summon the big one first. Let's just summon the medium one. We'll do Kurama. Oh, it costs AP. It doesn't grant AP. It costs AP. So I have 55 left. And I don't have enough AP because that's 85. Okay, so... That's a 30, I can do that. I don't have enough, so we'll do Kuriboh. I actually, my friend used to play a lot of Duels of the Roses, and I remember sitting over at his house and watching him play. So Duels of the Roses, I'm not as like, whoa, I've never seen this before. But this is totally new.
See what Joey Wheel is all about.
Now, we might switch over to Duels of the Roses, but I want to stick with this game as long as we can because it's so brand new to me and probably brand new to a lot of you guys as well. Get your Gohan. Slap the air. It's time to start. Alright, play your turn.
I will use all my strength to defeat you.
Okay, so we got a full new slew of AP.
Right now, you saw the AP increase, right?
Wheelie Breakers is so good, but I'm so bad at it. I'm like really, really bad at Wheelie
you
Breakers.
Are correct.
Where it says AP on the screen, there's a number with a plus sign next to it.
Okay.
Yes. This number must be the amount of AP that increases.
Oh, I see.
And if you summon a monster, it'll increase.
Okay, so
That
the monsters do generate AP. They cost AP.
Or I summon so that I can move more.
Yami
pieces.
Yugi and I are having the same thoughts.
That's something I...
It's important to make a decision based on the situation.
Okay, okay. I love how confident little Yugi is. Like, he's the expert here. Okay, so that would give me plus 35, and I would spend 64, and this would give me plus 30, and I would spend 85. I think I do want to go ahead and summon my big boy, right? And that'd be 64. We want to move him as a group, so I'm going to spend all my AP mostly on summoning now. And I want to lightly move everybody forward. So how do I move them? Capability? That's just the stats and the information about it. Okay. If I hit square, that doesn't do anything. That just brings up the other menus. Oh, so there's move. Oh, so this moves. And then end. Okay. Oh, this can move because it was already summoned. So my crystal is what's generating, and I guess that's probably what I have to protect the crystal. Okay, so we're gonna end that. And then we're pretty much out of pieces, so yeah, we can end our turn. Well, yeah, we're gonna figure this out. Okay, so he is summoning, is that? No, because it has the hood on, so it's definitely not, Ye Old Skull Servant. Oh man, sushi's always good. Okay, so let's, move this actually back a little, because I think that was a dumb idea to move that forward. And, oh, okay, you can actually cancel your moves, too. Oh, and the camera angle. How do I change the... Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's aesthetically pleasing. And that lets us change what we're doing. Okay, so let's... I guess we could send Kuriboh in. What's the attack power of their monster? Oh, it's Fire Reaper, and it's 55. Okay, so it's 55. Then let's take somebody about 55, and we'll move him in. Whoa, he's got so much range. Like, that's such a big move. Okay, he can also move pretty far, so we'll move that over. And
its
then...
ability increased.
That terrain is favorable for your piece's attributes.
Okay.
If the terrain is favorable, then the ability increases.
Well, yeah, I know.
But if it's unfavorable...
Yeah, I'm still lost, too. We haven't even attacked yet.
I should be on the same terrain as my attribute as much as possible.
Okay.
It changes depending on the situation, but it's worth remembering.
That's definitely like the meme of 2021 is it's time to start. Okay, so he was favorable to water, but he himself... Oh, that's not because he's advantageous in the sun. How is the water a sun attribute? Oh, they have a chart. We don't have to memorize anything. That's awesome. I mean, maybe. Let's go ahead and move him over here, I guess. And then we'll move Kuriboh. How far can Kuriboh move? About the same as the other units. End turn. We've moved everybody. Can we move them twice in a row? No, they cannot be moved twice in a row. The last thing we could do is move this crystal. I guess we can keep the crystal kind of like with it. But we're out of moves. Okay. I mean, we're figuring it out as we go. I noticed he did not move his crystal though. So he is gonna hatch. Looks like another Fire Servant. That seems to be all he has. Fire Servants can only move, or Fire Reapers can only move in like that little crossways. 2 forward or 2 to the sides. Is the field changing? Yeah, the chart's really crazy. I think it's done that way on purpose. Because if they made it 2 squares, it'd be a little too easy.
You can't be serious. This can't happen.
Now, Exodia is in this game. And so is Dark Magician Blue Eyes and all your other favorites, at least from the original series. Okay, so we've got our Dark Energy. I guess we're gonna have our first attack here. So let's go ahead and put this here. Okay, so we're level 1. Our attack is... You know what? Okay, so we're a water monster. Would this be advantageous? Advantage in water, right? Is this... This looks like water. Attack. We can attack over here. So we'll do 135 damage, I think. Our attack's 145. We're gonna... I don't know if this wins, but yes, attack and the battle animation's on. Do we actually get to see the monsters? We do get to see the monsters. So go, Kurama! And I think we beat the Fire Servant. It looks cracked. Oh, okay, so we did a big chunk, but we didn't finish it off. Okay. Oh, and our monsters do individually level up. So it's called Capsule Monster Coliseum. But that's pretty good. That's not too bad. That's almost like Duel Links good. Okay, so let's kind of... Oh, it shows the stats. So if we move up here, our attack would go down. But if we put him over here, our attack would go up as long as he stays in the water. So we want to keep the little thunder guy in the water. How's Kuriboh doing? So this actually isn't too bad. Moving out of the water... Oh, Kuriboh in general just is not happy. We're gonna keep Kuriboh, I think, over by the crystal in order to keep it safe. Right? Kuriboh explodes at the slightest touch. But I think we need to move the Feral Imp over, which is so funny that that's our strongest monster. It's like old school Yu-Gi-Oh! And so there is no stat. Oh, our defense decreases. So we actually just want to stay where we're at. So I think we just want to end our turn. And we end our turn. Oh, cool. I think you can attack the crystal straight on, and I want to think that that's the way that you win the game. So it does show, like, elevation on the map. It's definitely like wizard chess on steroids, and I have no negates. Their life is struggle. Don't worry too much. How do I end my turn, though? Okay, so there's a zoom out feature, which is really helpful. I think we're just going to end our turn there, because we can't attack anymore. This is the story mode currently blazing. It is a PS2 game.
It's time for my counterattack.
But yeah, I hope we can do Exodia at some point at this point. But obviously, it's very early in the game. So he is going to attack. Wow, I think we're going to bite the dust on this one.
Win it quick and slick. That's my motto.
I love that we're getting all these new catchphrases. Win it quick and slick.
Joey.
Let's get started, Joey, because it's time to start. Oh, he's got range because the bow. That's actually pretty good. Surrender at 20 bucks. Always surrender at 20. Isn't it surrender at 10 now in League? The drama. Does he have, like, better damage against flyers? Okay, so we took 127. We're pretty low on HP.
That was a lot of damage, but it survived.
Good. Okay, so we're okay. Oh, it's gonna die. We said it like, yeah, it's gonna be destroyed. We can do battle animation off for that one because
all right,
it is gonna die. Okay, so we're a little bit in trouble here. I think
you're better than I thought.
I think Kuriboh probably
you've had your fun.
Can take out the last or the injured fire archer, but we gotta get this done fast. So what happened is just two on one, right? Easy peasy. We don't get to summon anymore. We might actually lose our first game. Okay, so Kuriboh. Let's see if this works. Okay, so I'm gonna move Kuriboh right here. I'm going to attack, and Kuriboh would destroy it. And I definitely want to see the battle animation here. All right, so here we go. I believe it's to defeat all of your opponent's monsters or their crystal. But only time will tell because we're still in the tutorial. All those needles! Alright, so thank you for your assistance, Kuriboh. So, I'm sad that we lost Kurama. But...
that was your first, but it will definitely not be your last.
Aww.
Oh yeah? Well, I'm just getting started too.
I'm so glad they have the full English voice cast on here. Alright, so we need to back up our guys here. So I'm going to move... oh, but he's not in the water anymore, and we won't have the ability to attack. I don't like that. I feel like we're going to let Kuriboh go, unfortunately, and I want to pull back. Oh, no, but we want to leave him in the water. Oh, but he can only move in an X pattern. So if I pull him over here, then I could move pretty safely over back into the water on my next move. We don't want to move in the water here. It's like everything is not to his liking. We can move this over here just so we can kind of get it closer. And I want to say that's it. I'm going to move the crystal back, actually. And we're going to run and turn. So, no, this is the only Capsule Monsters game they made. They do make other Yu-Gi-Oh! Games featuring the characters of the show, playing just various games from the manga, or, you know, stuff from the TV show like Dungeon Dice Monsters. But this is the only game for Capsule Monsters that I know of. Okay, so Kuriboh's not gonna die, but this might hurt a little. A lot of games for Yu-Gi-Oh! Do not use cards if they are Yu-Gi-Oh! Video games. There are a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh! Video games that use cards. In fact, most of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Video games use cards. But a lot of the early ones were made when the card game wasn't fully fleshed out yet. Alright, so Kuriboh's actually got a lot of health. I think Kuriboh's, like, way worth it. Capsule Monsters is exactly what we're playing. It's just a board game that uses little pieces that hatch and gain experience points. So we are going to lose Kuriboh. He is going to explode at the slightest touch. That is why, because most people when they're playing a Yu-Gi-Oh video game, right, they're looking for a portable Yu-Gi-Oh experience. This is cool, right? But it is different than the stuff that's on the wall back here. I think we might have to reform our team. Good, good. Congratulations, then.
Woohoo! I'm rolling high and dry.
Okay, so we gotta clean this up. Okay, we're not in range. That's good. So turn change. I don't think so. I hope not. Rashif and Destruction's another one of the odd games. So, are we getting more water? We are getting more water. So the battlefield constantly changes, and therefore the field keeps changing. I know I'm losing to Joey. I know.
Things are not looking good.
They're not. Okay, so how do we clean this up? That one has full health, right? It does have full health. This one doesn't have that. Okay, so which one was the one that was damaged? Do you have to fully... No, because we cracked that one. So, where is the one that was injured? Did I lose track? Well, I guess I kind of did lose track of it. Let me move this one back then. He likes being there, and that's fine. And then let me move this one. Man, this is kind of wild because we're in this weird situation where, like, we're too far out. My pieces were not properly picked. Oh, yeah. The Amarame.
No one could win with that.
Thanks, little Yugi. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and end our turn. Aichi, Duelist of the Roses is another, PS2 game that doesn't exactly feature the card game, but features characters from the card game. It's a retelling of Henry VIII, featuring the cast of Yu-Gi-Oh! And their soldiers are various monsters from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. Right, it's Yugi Henry Tudor. If you can believe that. It's a really cool game. It's got a wonderful aesthetic. But I definitely think we needed more Kuribohs. I think that was something we need to do is fill out our cast with more Kuribohs. So we're going to try this again if we fail. And I have a feeling we're going to fail. The range on this is just too good. Okay, so let's go ahead and do what damage we can. Oh, he can attack from over here. Why don't we attack? Oh, neat. Okay, so Feral Imp's really cool, actually. GCSE, I don't think I heard of that. We played Wheelie Breakers on this stream before. It's a motorcycle racing game where you race like 5Ds and you play cards as you go. It's amazing, but I'm awful at it. We might actually start doing that again. I want to do some of the other weird Yu-Gi-Oh games in the franchise, like this one.
Things are getting interesting.
Yeah, no, this one, it's got a cool vibe. Okay, so after they attack, they can no longer move. So that's problematic. We can go ahead and attack this one. Attack. Oh, interesting. He can attack in this, like, X pattern. So if I move... Oh, in order to attack that one, I can't attack it. Just because of the pattern. So I would have to wait for it to get in line. So my pieces are just so weird. Okay. But I could attack this one. And that's the only one I have a possibility of attacking. So I guess I'll go in. And I'll attack and I'll go here. We're definitely going to lose this one. Forbidden Memories is really cool, but I'd have to get set up for that one in advance. Forbidden Memories is card-based, and it's a little confusing because it's not like the real card game, but I definitely would give that a look in the future. Rando dude from the tutorial, Trudge, Akiza, Pharaoh, and I'm better than Leo, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Not bad.
So we're not doing bad, but we needed more pieces on the board, and so that's how we're going to end up losing this Capsule Monster battle. So we are going to end our turn. What they're probably going to do is one of the fire archers is going to attack and destroy Feral Imp, and then the remaining two can do one attack each on my Kaminari Kozo. then I would not know what it is. Apologize. I think it's pretty good for PS2. It's very early PS2, right? And we're not doing anything that's too terribly imaginative, so we're not talking about like Final Fantasy X or Final Fantasy 12. For an early PS2 game, it's not bad. Remember that like games are also about having fun. You know what has terrible graphics? Chess. You know what's lasted for hundreds of thousands of years? Well, not hundreds of thousands of years. Thousands of years.
Not
Chess,
bad.
right? 1300. I know it's like about 800 years old. Thousands of years would be games like Weichi, Go in Japanese. But yeah, it's not like amazing for 2003, but it's not bad. Basically, yeah, you can read all about it by looking up Duels of the Roses cast. If you don't mind the spoilers, it'll let you know which each of the characters is representing from the great William Shakespeare story based on true history. Yeah, this is pretty neat. No, I'm not the same one and done. That's the thing. I wanted to stream a little bit more on Fridays. We were talking about that a lot last year. That Fridays could be a fun time, not to stream Duel Links, but to like fit in some other games. Not everybody can join us on Fridays since we didn't usually stream on Fridays anyway. But we definitely could do some other stuff. Okay, so we just have the one feral imp. We kind of have to scoop. Yeah, let's scoop and restart this one. So where's scoop mode? Surrender. Yes. We're gonna try again. So we're going to start from the top on this one and not mess this one up. Now that we understand how important those Kuribohs are. Yeah, Box, I'd say that's pretty fair. I just know so many people, because I'm still, I keep good contact with, like, the Pokemon shiny hunting community. And they're just all doing the Reggies, and they're all in such pain. Okay, pick the same card we did last time. 4, okay, we win. Alright. So let's try this again. We're going to attack first. Now we know the rules, right? We kind of figured everything out. Oh, interesting. Okay. Thank you, Bonsai Jack. Now I understand a little bit more about the British education system. Good news is, there's no school tomorrow. Okay, so yes, Kuribohs. We really needed to put in the Kuribohs. That would have helped. We still have so many points. We could spend, let's do a Steel Scorpion, okay, what element was the Kaminar? He was, okay. So yeah, we'll do 2 Steel Scorpions, and then we'll do we have any others that require 45? We can do, I mean, there's the Drollbird. It's not Droll Lockbird, but it's Drollbird. No, we can only just do 1 Kaminar and then we're done. Okay, this is a much better team, right? There's so many more units. We can get so many more attacks. We can do something, and you notice we can plant our starting field. Go ahead and plant that over here. And so we'll just do random placement of our units. But look at this field. It's so much more healthy than our last one. Yeah, that's fine. So this one I think we got. What we did last time is I made the mistake that even Yugi does in the Dungeon Dice Monsters episode of the series. I picked some cool strong monsters, but I didn't actually know the rules of the game.
It's time to start.
I mean, we're at the bottom of the tier list, but we're gonna fight our way up there. And yes, it is time to start. Okay, so we gotta hatch some monsters first. Let's go ahead and hatch the Kuribohs. They're definitely the cheapest ones, and I want to say we can get all the Kuribohs out this turn. Okay, so that's gonna cost 30, 30, 30. So we can do 2 more. But oh yeah, the Kuribohs generate so much more AP too. So the Kuribohs are really important as like your opening move. Oh, cool. Okay. I mean, I honestly really love 4Kids. You have to remember that 4Kids has a different ask. I was recently listening to Eric Stewart, the voice of Seto Kaiba, and a number of other characters from the series, talk about why it's for kids, right? A lot of people, they see the original Japanese series, which was meant for like a teenage age bracket. You also have to remember that the rules are different in Japan, and what they're allowed to put on the network is different. So 4Kids has a homework assignment, right? We were talking about school. Their homework assignment is to turn a teen show meant for Japanese teenagers and Japanese law into a show that's favorable and can air under the censorship standards of American law and on a Saturday morning cartoon show. So, like, it's wholly appropriate. Okay, so now we've started. We have our full field. We're doing way better. We understand the movement of all of our characters a lot better. I'm going to go ahead and, like, put up this wall of Kuribohs up front. And then, move the Kuribohs out. We know that the Feral Imp... Oh, we don't have Feral Imp anymore. Okay, so what's the attack range on... We know he attacks at an X. What about this Scorpion monster? Oh, we don't have any enough movement points for him, right? Yeah, so we gotta end our turn. So we're gonna go ahead and end our turn. Yes. But yeah, buzzsaws that send you to the Shadow Realm. Dark energy discs. Well, I mean, but it is in America. When it came over there for the express purpose, yes, it was anime, Nihongo. Demo, America ni wa, it's a Saturday morning cartoon, and that was the ask, right? That was their homework assignment. So you just have to remember, like, you have to think about, like, everybody having to do their job, and I think they did a great job on it. I think they really did a great job converting Yu-Gi-Oh into that. So it looks like when I click attack or move, the blue represents how it moves, and the orange represents how it attacks. So this is one that's really interesting as far as the piece goes. It can move in a plus, but it attacks in an X. Kuriboh, on the other hand, can attack in a cross and move in an X. So we're just going to kind of size ourselves up right here, and probably want to move this into the water. And then let's go and move the Kuriboh up just a little bit more over here. And so one of the mistakes we made the first time is moving our pieces a little too far forward and not letting our opponent come to us. I think this is the line, right? The line must be drawn here. So I'm going to end my turn. I can imagine, I mean, the United Kingdom's history is so rich and important for the history of the world at large, right? But despite the fact that the British Empire did rule the world at one time, they're also, like, the founder of modern democracy, right? The American court system comes from them. The Magna Carta is a beautiful charter. So Blazing, Kai is a really different product. Kai was developed by Japan in order to, like, really, like, shortcut all of that. So it was a really wonderful opportunity to redub it, but you can't use Kai as, like, your standard for whether or not anime is good or bad. Magna Carta. I did say Magna Carta. Whatever, you say China, right? You say China, and I'm saying Magna Carta. It's the same problem, right? If you're saying India, and I'm saying India, and you're saying Magna Carta, and I'm saying Magna Carta, it's the same mess up. Alright. Speaking of... Alright, I'm gonna end our turn. I think that's it. I think... Well, we could send in some Kuribohs, couldn't we? If I move this Kuriboh here, it can't attack. That one can't attack. I actually think I'm gonna move the Kuribohs back to kind of bait him. Can any of these guys attack? He can. Okay, yeah, we'll move this one over here, and we will attack, and we're gonna... I can't believe we got, like, better at this game. Well, I mean, it happens, Bonsai Jack. So, those are two different products, right? You also have to realize, Blazing, that anime shows are licensed by Japanese companies. And everything that you see happen to a Japanese show when it comes into America is at the direction and under strict contractual enforcement by the Japanese company. All those changes that I just mentioned that 4Kids Entertainment did to Yu-Gi-Oh! Were done under the direct supervision of Shueisha, Shonen Jump, and Konami. So, Japan is the one who's dubbing these companies, or excuse me, setting the rules for these companies who dub characters and shows and everything in English. So,
That was a pretty good at that.
you think it's taken by an American company and messed up, but it's actually rented out by a Japanese company for the express purpose of changing it for an American audience. So... Alright, can we sneak any other attacks in? I don't think we can. Oh, we can! Okay. Yeah, let's bring this Kuriboh in. This Kuriboh might be a sacrifice play, right? We might discard it, but we are going to destroy it. And I'm not trying to, you know... Well, Demon the Soul, I certainly have worked in both the animation, sort of the anime, like, public relations side of things, right? And in Yu-Gi-Oh, right, since I've worked with Konami as a Yu-Gi-Oh judge since 2009. And I used to work at anime conventions, and I still work at comic conventions doing guest relations, right, for Japanese guests and stuff like that. So, oh hey, I didn't even see the raid. Did it not give me the raid alarm? Oh, it did. Okay, Chris, I'm so sorry I missed that. It is time to buy more Black Wings. Well, today we're not buying any Black Wings because the only Black Wing in this game is Kurama. But we are playing Capsule Monster Coliseum if you're trying to figure out what the heck is going on. I think that progress is certainly being made on all fronts for everybody who has unique qualities about them to be respected, but there is always room for progress, right? Never think that we've reached the top of the mountain, and always strive to treat others with respect. Level 10 Kuriboh. I mean, it's not like Kuriboh, Wing Kuriboh level 10, but it is leveling up.
I'm not gonna give up till the very end.
I'm sorry, Chris. It's a little different. I've got my stream set up differently. As you can see, the chat is up here now, and so I've got, you know, different places because we're streaming off a console today. It kind of is a board game. There's no physical game for it, though. Now, there is Dungeon Dice Monsters, which does have a physical component where you can have the physical dice. And most of the time, even sealed product for Dungeon Dice Monsters is relatively affordable for collector's games because nobody really liked it. Okay. Thanks, Roblox. Yeah, I will say that we are getting much more like straight ports, right? They're not changing the names, right? It wasn't Jade and Yuki, it was Yuki Judai, right? But now they're not changing as many of the first names of characters. They're leaving it Japanese because they understand that people really love Japanese content. Hey, we're doing so much better this time.
I wasn't concentrating, and I paid for that.
Wow, that's just me talking about missing Chris's raid. There's so many great lines in this game. I want to, like, turn the lines from this game into stuff. Hey, thanks, Team of the Soul.
I'll use all my skills until the very end of the duel.
Alright, so, let's see what we can do. I want to move. I guess we can just leave the peaks right there. This is going so much better than last time. This Kuriboh can attack right from where it is, which is insane. Okay. Exactly. It's time to start. Get him, Kuriboh! Oh, okay. Mode change. So I wonder if all our pieces are always going to be gold, or if it's just Joey's that happen to be silver, or what.
You're not gonna...
Oh, yeah. Nothing beats a jelly-filled donut. Yep, that's onigiri. But again, those changes were made at the direction of Japanese companies, so... I don't think we can get that Kuriboh over there to where he can attack, so let me go ahead and maybe move. If I go here... nope, there's really no way. We just kind of have to wait. I'll move him to the water, though, so he's stronger. And turn. And then the Scorpion over here. Just kind of move him forward and turn. And then this Scorpion... I'll just move him this way and turn. And then there is a little baby Kuriboh back here that we forgot about. Can't move there, so we can just move over here and then end turn. And I want to say that's all the movement we can make, except for moving the main piece. One Piece is great. It's actually a relatively newer anime. When you think about its legacy as being this 1,000-episode-long show, it only came out like in the last 20 years, which is big. I mean, think about it. Compared to Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball, which was like from the late 80s, early 90s, Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is from the 90s, Pokemon, which is from the 90s, One Piece, Naruto, and all the newer shows like that, Bleach. You think of them as like, oh, they've been around since before I was born. But in the scheme of anime, they're relatively newer successes. So 4Kids has a job to do, Nathan. It's not that they're bad, it's that the job that they are asked to do is to make things for children. It's for kids, right? It's not for adults. It's not for edgy teenagers. It's for kids. Oh yeah, dude, one punch is success. Oh no. Goodbye, my piece.
All right, Joey. I'm betting on this monster.
Well, just tell her to read the instruction manual and she too can be the king of games, right? At least in your household. It's just, you know, and I know people that work for Funimation, right? So I'm not going to say anything derogatory about anybody, really, since that's not my style anyway. But each animation company, each dubbing company,
You're doing better than I
which
thought,
engages
Joey.
in localization, right? They don't just translate it,
And
they
there's more where
interpret
that
it
came
for it to
from.
make sense locally in whatever the target
I'm
market
just getting
is.
warmed up, Yugi.
They all have a job to do, and they really work hard on that. So if you don't agree with what it is they were asked to do, it's okay to be like, oh, I didn't like that movie, or I didn't like that anime they dubbed. Oh yeah, Naruto, didn't read the manga, definitely watched the anime, definitely cosplayed it like when it was out, when it came out. And I have some photos of that on my DeviantArt, right? I still have a Naruto costume in my closet. And I also did Sasuke, actually. Kept up with it a little bit during Shippuden, and I certainly peek in on Boruto. But I like the core concept of Naruto, but I feel like it, like One Piece, suffers from a lot of filler arcs. My Kuriboh! No! They might have it Bonsai Jack. We'll just have to see when we get bigger monsters. Okay, so the flood's coming, and that's going to make our Scorpion stronger. No, I know, Aichi, it's just... The reason they choose to make it is they are targeting an American audience, and at the time, people didn't have such a small world that we live in now, right? You think of the world as very big, and it is very big. It's bigger than it's ever been before, but it's also much more interconnected, right? When Pokemon came out in 1996, there was not a way for you guys to watch me play video games, right? Even if we were all alive at that time. Twitch didn't exist. There wasn't internet technology enough for it. But now that the world has gotten smaller and more interconnected... Alright, we're gonna move. Hold on. Do I have a way to do this? Oh, man. I kind of don't. I kind of don't have a way to do this. I'm just gonna move to the side. And... Oh, or I could, like, really move out of the way. Oh, but I've already kind of ended on the turn on that one, so no takes his backsies. Yeah, let's huddle a little bit and turn. Are any of these injured? Level 1, level 1, level 1. We can definitely move the Kuriboh here to, like, sneak an attack in. I have watched some of the Inuyasha movies. I want to say the manga was first for Naruto. I don't know of a lot of shows that start as an anime and then are developed for a manga. Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually, starting from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, they actually have the anime first and then the manga. But most shows start as a successful manga, serialized manga, usually in a magazine like Shonen Jump.
This is...
Alright, you could peek in my window. Ooh. Those were the days, right? Old school communication. I'm gonna move this Kuriboh back here, and then we're gonna end. So we do have to be a little smart in this game, but this ain't too bad. Oh, I didn't end my turn. Now I end my turn! The GX manga is a little bit closer to like a good sequel to the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, right? I like how they handle the origin story of the elemental heroes. I like how they handle the appearance of all the Millennium items, right? And Mott and all that. I actually do really like it. But that was created because one of the people who worked on GX was called up by Kazuki Takahashi and he said, congratulations, you're making a manga. And he got the creative freedom to do something different, right? To change the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX story. And they did give, and Jaden and everybody else. The only character I think that kind of did a disservice was Jesse Anderson. So my Kuriboh's still alive. Spoke too soon. Kappa Kappa Hanvox. I do like the manga. One of the mangas that I have never read, I never really read the Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal manga, and so I've been taking the time to reread some of the mangas. I'm going to catch up to Zexal. Right now, I'm reading Yu-Gi-Oh! R again, with all the dual professors. And Yu-Gi-Oh! R isn't as good as I remember it is. But it's still fun. It's still a lot of fun. Alright, so... I think we're okay. We only have 3 pieces left, but all of his pieces are really injured. So I think we can win if we can just get our placements right. Okay, so we got our placement right here. Let's go ahead and attack. We can destroy this piece, absolutely. Yes! Finally making that comeback. Because once we stop the bleeding, right? Once we get rid of enough of these pieces, we're going to be okay. No, I don't think I have. most of the people I know on TikTok are like Yu-Gi-Oh TikTokers like me. Right? Just go hashtag Yu-Gi-Oh and those are all the people I'm looking at. I see, yeah. True, yeah. No, I wholly get it, Blazing.
I gotta make my move now or it's over.
This is so cool that it's fully voiced over. I cannot stress that enough how excited I am that this game is like very well produced, especially for how old it is. We're just gonna move this one neutrally over here. And then can I get a Kuriboh close enough? No, I cannot, so we're just gonna try to scoot it like right here. No, you know what? Move the Kuriboh back. End turn. And that's all for this turn. End turn. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let me click. Good times. Yes, I am my turn. My bad. So I still don't know the significance of the crystals. Oh, yeah. Tsunami was great. Hey, Playmaker. We are way out of the brains. Yeah. It's... But they were directed to, right? So that's the thing. You have to remember, Mortal Kombat was created in America and worked around the censorship guidelines of then existing video game standards. But 4Kids literally was directed to follow the censorship laws and the role of the censors in America. So they had to do what they had to do. I mean, I don't know if they have souls. I think they probably have spirits, just like monster cards do. All right, so we gotta end this. Can we get our Kuriboh in range? No, we cannot. Just too far. We moved him a little too far back. So we'll move him over here. Can we do something with this one? Yes, okay, we can. So I think we're gonna be okay. Attack. We're almost through. This is gonna destroy him. So then, he's only gonna be able to attack these undamaged units for 1 attack each, and each of these units is shown it needs 2 attacks in order to be destroyed. Oh, cool. Yeah, it is the Millennium Puzzle. I have not played Pokemon Black and White. It's not for the 3DS, it's actually for the Nintendo DS. You can play it on the 3DS if you like. But that's my big secret, is that I have been a Pokemon fan since it came out, right? We've seen my old Pokemon card collection, and we've seen how much time I put into the newer games. But I got off the bus after Ruby Sapphire, and I took a break during Diamond Pearl and Black and White. Then I came back during X and Y. You can still play it on the 3DS, so it's not like completely a misnomer. I'm gonna end our turn. Yeah, I really can't wait to bring out like a Dark Magician. I mean, it's fun. It upscales it a little bit, and it looks kind of nice actually. So don't knock until you try. Oh no! No, 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 no! How did it destroy it in one shot? I know, and it's the Pokemon about New York. That's how bad it is. Blam! I keep holding out for remakes on Diamond Pearl. How did it do so much damage? Maybe it was a weakness issue. Alright, so now it's just up to Kuriboh. I think Kuriboh can do this. As long as Kuriboh can get into range first.
No one can beat me.
Thanks, Yugi. Alright. I think Kuriboh can do this. Now this is real Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright, so...
I will use all my strength to defeat you.
All my little strength. Oh, that's neat. If you move the right analog stick, you can just kind of like slightly move. Interesting. Alright, so, we're gonna move. Okay, so we can attack it. So we just have to like go into fisticuffs. Okay, is there... That's -3. This is it. This is really... It's just gonna be a grudge match between these two. So I'm gonna do 131 damage. Believe in Kuriboh, everyone. Wonder if there's any critical hits in this game. Because we could really use one. The graphics are pretty decent. Like, the model files have a decent amount of polygons. Textures are okay, right? It's PS2, so they're not incredible. But, for the smaller ones, they did a decent job. For the ones like, the Fire Reaper that we just saw, this is really it. It's just down to this attack. As long as we survive, we make it. If we don't survive, that's the end. Alright. Oh, we're gonna live! Go, Kuriboh! We believe in you! This is real Yu-Gi-Oh! This is like the real Yu-Gi-Oh! Vibe. It's time to start. I don't think I'm familiar with the Rising Sunblock. I'm not sure. I guess I wasn't... I'd not even watched the Saturday morning cartoons at that point.
I still have a chance.
Yeah! Alright. It's not believe in the heart of the cards. It's I still have a chance. He doesn't explode at the slightest time. Alright, we don't want to move. We just want to attack. And attack. Yes.
This will finish you.
Yes! Oh, cool. Yeah, classic dance games are still worth it. I played DDR on this stream before with the whole dance pad and everything. I know, but the world just doesn't wait for Saturday morning anymore, right? I mean, we don't watch network television over broadcast airwaves. We watch YouTube videos. We watch Twitch. Hi, Twitch. Hello. That's you. We did it. We won our first battle.
Ah, it's all over.
I can't believe we actually made it. So you do just have to destroy all of the pieces. Okay. I wonder if you can get an instant win if you manage to zoom past all their units and then attack the crystal.
I lost, Yugi.
I mean, we might, Demon.
But Joey, you fought valiantly.
This is so cool.
Yeah, I guess I did.
50-50 against...
that I lost. Now, Yug, don't you be losing any other duels, all right?
I know, I know.
Of
Best
course,
2 out of 3, right?
I won't let you down.
I didn't lose it. I surrendered. All right, so we did get experience points. And we're going to earn monster points, so maybe we can buy some decent units. Let's go ahead and... Oh, do we get to take a unit? Oh, they're all the same, but yeah, I'll take a Fire Reaper. We get to... Oh, okay, we get to take 2 units. So, awesome.
Hey, Yugi!
What's wrong, Joey?
There's something I forgot to tell you about this tournament. There are 5 opponents in each area.
Okay.
And if you don't beat them all, you can't move on.
Oh, so
That
we gotta fight
means-
other characters from the show.
I just defeated you, Joey, so I have to defeat 4 more opponents.
Awesome.
Right.
I didn't steal, he gave them to me,
And if
just
you
like
clear
Merrick's
4
gonna give it
areas,
to me.
a whole new path opens
Right?
up.
Whatever pieces we're gonna take from each of these characters, they're doing it voluntarily.
A new path? What's that?
Like I know.
Okay.
Well, just keep winning.
Units.
And maybe it'll all make sense later. So keep...
Thanks, Joey. That's exactly what I'll do.
Alright, we'll
Yeah,
keep fighting and
beat
we'll
their
win.
butts. See you later. A new path.
I don't know what the new path is, but we're traveling on our own road right now. No matter who we face on this road, we must win.
Probably Merrick is actually my favorite villain, my bad.
And we'll do it together.
It shifts from time to time, though. Like, I like Merrick, or Bakura, or Pegasus. Oh! Save. Memory card slot. The best friendship probably... I mean, Yugi and Joey definitely are, but I think the trust between the Pharaoh and Little Yugi is a really big bond that's worth keeping track of, too. Oh, that's interesting. It just shows you how many units you have of each one. Alright, so we saved. Game progress saved. Cool. Yeah, Merrick versus Bakura was a really cool duel. Like, evil Bakura and less evil Merrick versus more evil Merrick. Oh, neat. Yeah, them giving us access to Levianeer was really neat. Okay, so we cleared that one. Oh, next is Tristan. Okay. And this is going to be dark. Let's go to the store, though. Because I really want to buy some other units, right? We bought the, dark pack, so I think we should buy the light pack. Shop. Do they have individual units for sale, or is it all just...
What would you like to do?
I would like to buy... Oh, and you can sell units for more points. Oh, but now we gotta buy individual. Okay. So Skelangle. What's the difference between Skelangel and I always said Skelangle. AP 50, so it's bigger. Its HP is a little higher. It's 208. Its attack is less, actually, so it has more defense and is a light monster. I don't know that I need that. Whoa! Right leg of the Forbidden One. Yes, we're gonna buy right leg of the Forbidden One. Feral Imp, Flame Viper, Larvas, Drollbird, Karama. I really did like Karama. Shovel Crusher. Whoa, that's huge. Thunder has pretty decent HP, which is the PP. All-time favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel. I really do like the Dark Spirit revealed Bakura versus Yugi in the Battle City Top 8 Finals. Exactly, Snow, but I don't feel like we're getting this. Detailed status. I don't think it's gonna let us draw cards when we don't draw cards. Oh, it shows it's a fairy type too, right? Yeah, Dark Fiend. Okay. Dark Spellcaster? Yeah, Dark Spellcaster. It's got a little Wonder Wand there. Needle Ball. Okay. So, I will definitely buy the right leg of the Forbidden One, and I will buy... should be detailed status. Does it have like a movement track so I can see how it moves? Sort by, enter attribute chart, detailed status, sort. No, I think we'll just buy the head of, or the leg of Exodia, and it would be nice to have another Kuriboh. Sure, I'll take another Kuriboh, and then enter buy.
What
they are
like to do?
But that's not a bad thing, right? For it to actually share something in common with the IP they've already worked really hard on drawing. Okay, so we want to manage our monsters. I think we can add... We're not going to add the leg of Exodia to our set, but we can add another Kuriboh. So, oh, build a unit. What do you mean, build a unit? Like, if I take this Kuriboh... Oh, capsule stock. So can you, like... What does that do when you do that? What happened to my Kuriboh? Oh, here's my Kuriboh. Oh, it's build my starting unit. Okay, now I understand. Yeah, we need to put some different units in here. I'll add another Kuriboh for sure. We didn't end up using the needle balls at all. Oh, we gotta put those Fire Reapers in. Oh, they're already in our unit because our unit... Oh, wow, okay. Capsule deck for the one player. Okay, so it's this many cards. So let's take out a needle ball. The fire... I really did like the Fire Reapers. They seem pretty good. Oh, but where are they? Are they already in here, technically? I guess they are. Just in case. No? Okay, it's just those side units, so maybe this is it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and exit. Clearly. Well then, let's just go back and we're good. The logo is really cool, actually. Like, just all the production values of this game was really, really neat. Hellkaiser versus Yubel is really good. My favorite GX duel... Man, I think it's Jesse Anderson versus Jaden Yuki the first time they fight. Is probably one of my favorites. Alright, so we are going to go back in, and let's go ahead and... We are going to fight on the stage. We see that his monster type is wood. We now have some fire monsters, so in true Mega Man fashion... We are... Oh, yeah, there's Dark Magician right in the intro. And Blue Eyes White Dragon and Exodia. But I want to say... that we're probably going to use two of the... Oh, man, I love the cutscenes. The fact that they don't just, like, show you the field. They show you why the field is alive and interesting. What did he play, though?
Ta-da! It's me.
Are you saying
the
Fubuki?
Man, the legend, Tristan Taylor.
Fubuki said the guy who used Honest, right?
Yugi, I may not be as experienced as you when it comes to games.
Roblox, you really should. It's based after the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, and it's just the next chapter, right? You wouldn't read the first chapter of a book and set it down. You wouldn't read 5 chapters out of a book when it has so many chapters left.
But
so
if
yeah,
you take me lightly, I'm gonna make you...
No, I don't rage... Why... Guys, you know me by now. Why would I ever rage quit?
I know.
Right?
That's why I'm going to use all my skills to defeat you.
Okay, so we're not going to worry about Tristan.
No matter who my opponent is, I will use all my strength to defeat you.
Didn't he, like, just say that? I will use all my strength to defeat you. I will use all my strength to defeat you.
That is my proof as a true duelist.
Interesting.
Oh, Maybe you don't need to use all your skills.
Well, I don't know that. How people react to situations that aren't going their way, whether it's lag, bad results, making a mistake, they're going to act that way regardless of what the bad thing is. Everybody's got a trigger, right? But the key is just not to worry about stuff like that. If you lose, you lose. You can always get back up again. Alright, sure, I take this card. 8, yeah! We will go first. Okay, so we're on like a way. Oh no, that's his. And he's putting his wood monsters down. I think. Oh, I guess you can tell. Yeah, those are wood and lightning type monsters. Okay, so can I see the chart again one more time? It does not let you see the chart. We can see the map, and that's where we're gonna start. Okay. Return to sortie monster selection screen. Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, I guess I do. I guess that's exactly what I want to do. So he's wood, and wood is good against wind, and water beats fire, and fire beats wood. Okay, so we want to use any and all fire monsters we have. So we'll use 2 of our points on that. The stage cap is 300. Yeah, Duke Devlin has. Blazing Tristan is also dueled during the Big 5 arc, the Kaibakor arc that comes in between the first half of Battle City and the second half of Battle City. So it might be time to go back and watch those episodes because they are really fun. Let's see. What else do we want? The Kuribohs are really good. We can't deny the strength of Kuriboh. Oh, why can't we use these Kuribohs? Oh, it was defeated in campaign mode. So that means that our units have not been restored, and we will need to either buy new units or try again later. How can I get the most bang for my buck here? Oh, I can do 2 needle balls. Okay, that's good. Alright, so we're going to put our unit down here. We're going to do random placement. It doesn't really matter. At least not yet. There's a Pokemon Monopoly too, which I actually used to have back here in the studio. Yes, my monsters are positioned. Awesome. Alright, so player turn. It was filler. It felt like filler because it was filler. Because what is the definition of a filler arc in an anime? It is an arc that did not exist in the original manga that is added in order for them to either have more episodes in general or to stall for time so the mangaka, the author, writes the rest of the story. And yeah, it's absolutely a filler arc. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has lots of filler arcs. Let's go and hatch some Kuribohs. Alright, so... You know, actually I would like to hatch these too. Alright, pass turn. I mean, I like all of Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
Here I come, Yugi.
Oh, you're fine. Okay, so we got some bugs. So GX is a little different because all of GX is just an anime. So anything that was in the GX anime was intended to be in the GX anime. No, it's not on the original Xbox Queen. It is on PlayStation 2. I don't think it's on Xbox at all, actually. Summon out this Kuriboh. I love the little fiend icon on the side of the thing. Looks like we can summon additional units, so... We'll summon that out, and I guess we'll start... Oh, we can't advance it. We don't have enough points yet. So, we shall end our turn. There is. I didn't remember it being that good, though. Exclusives are always the thing, though. Companies work really hard to get exclusivity deals with content creation. Alright, so the units, they're moving... Wow, they're moving fast and far. I think we might actually just sit tight and wait for him to show up. Okay, so we got our spike balls. In what way do these attack? They attack in a plus sign. Move the spike ball forward and turn. But other than that, I end my turn. You come to me. Oh, Duels of the Roses was not on GameCube Blazing. You're thinking of Falsebound Kingdom, which is an RPG. So, that's okay, Demon, that you don't like it, but it was an interesting and unique story they hadn't told yet. And it's certainly a historical story that a lot of people are interested in, right? Not everybody gets the same shake, right? My life is different than yours. Not because I did anything good or bad when I was born. I just was born and then did whatever I did after I was born. Pass turn. Oh yeah, Rise of the Imperfects. Wow. It's a classic. Alright, so the units are still coming. And I'm just kind of holding out. I think our closest threat is going to come from the side over here. So we're going to get everybody ready. And make a little, like, front line. End turn. Got our spike ball over there. So these are interesting. The fire archers are cool. But everybody likes their own thing. Here's the thing, though. It's really easy to just not like something and then just never think about it again. What always makes me curious is why people, if they don't like something, do they have to make others also not like it, right? What is the significance of that? So, if you catch yourself doing that, ask yourself, why are you doing it? And 5Ds was, you have to remember that Yu-Gi-Oh's dark, and GX actually gets pretty dark, too. Hey! Okay, so we're gonna leave the battle animation on for that. Your opinion's the right opinion. But life really isn't straightforward. Don't feel like that. The difference is that you haven't figured out how to be comfortable with being yourself, or how to be comfortable with being in the situations that you're in. But everybody's life is weird. Everyone's life is weird. There is no life that is linear or straightforward. Some people just might have a decent handle on it. It looks like it's straightforward, but it's really not. Okay. Rock the Dragon, Dragon Ball Z. Okay.
I'll use all my skills until the very end of the duel.
Not the heart of the card, just all my skills. Alright, so we got a unit in front of us now. Let's move out of the way here, because we can attack from right here. And we will end this little Kaminari or whatever. I will say that, like, Season 1 of GX is all over the place, and so is Season 2 to a certain degree. It'll take time, so really, you gotta realize that they are trying to bring younger Yu-Gi-Oh fans in, and then once those Yu-Gi-Oh fans are in, then they can make new stories that are more adult, just like they did with Yu-Gi-Oh for us. Well, I mean, it just could be execution. Execution is the thing. Okay, so I think we can go ahead. I like huddling them all together like this. I do remember that time that he dueled a monkey. Not to be confused with the dueling monkey, Tristan Taylor. Oh yeah, Ragnarok versus Team 5D. All the World Grand Prix was really cool. I loved that format. Alright, so we did a little bit of damage, but that was all we needed to. Oh no. Well, he doesn't know, or she.
With that guy gone,
so Skink Hunt, this is Capsule Monster Coliseum. And it is based on the Yu-Gi-Oh manga, I guess, minigame that was introduced for just a chapter or two. How do these attack? These attack like that, so... If I get that there... Wow, the movement's so interesting. We'll put this here. Man, they really jump. I noticed that these thunder monsters just have so much movement to them. Well, I guess speaking of that... Move. We could start sneaking up this way. Oh, you know, as much as we're moving up that way, it actually is time to change paths. So let's go ahead and move this up here and turn. Although putting him by himself might turn out to be a mistake. We can move a Kuriboh as well. Yeah, that seems like a nice, good pincer maneuver. And then I end my turn. I mean, there were extra cards that were added. Remember that it wasn't necessarily his Yugi Battle City deck. It's just the deck of the King of Duels, right? So, it featured Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning that was not featured in the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. Oh, you're fine. See you, Soul. Take care. Alright, Spore damage. All pieces except for wood pieces receive damage.
I take damage there. I can't let that happen again.
Okay.
All right. Everything went according to plan.
Uh-oh, there's something new going on. So, I didn't have any wood pieces that would survive in this particular area. So now I get why he's wood, even though we're in this weird little machine place. Yeah, we lost 20 points. That's not really that bad. Can I attack? Can I move him into a spot where he can attack? No, I can't. So let's get him away from these spores. And I actually think we're going to wait for him to come after all, because those spores are just such a huge issue. Although, this game could be constantly putting the spore treatment on us over and over, so hopefully we don't run into stuff. Dark Renewal, like the old Yu-Gi-Oh card, I mean, it's okay. It's not the best Yu-Gi-Oh card for sure, but for monsters that are Dark Attribute and you're trying to get something, you know, with a little bit of spell juice in there, Dark Renewal's not a bad choice. Oh no, Dark Renewal's the trap card, my bad. Dark Renewal's the trap card. I'm thinking of Dark Eruption, my bad. Yeah, now I know which card you're talking about. Dark Renewal's fun, for sure. I don't know if it would be, I don't think it's in Duel Links, because it's kind of too good for Duel Links. But, that is an old favorite for sure. Alright, so, end turn. Oh yeah, I remember Coraline. I don't know that I'd say Coraline is a kid's movie. It's certainly a movie that kids can enjoy, but it has a lot of pretty interesting life lessons. I'd say it's like a nice preteen, right, youth, like 12 to 15 is like the sweet spot for that. But yeah, Coraline's a great film. And there's a lot of technique in it. Okay, so we're not going to be able to hit him there. We're not going to be able to hit him there. I say we go up here, end turn, and then can we... Nope, there's no way we can get him over here because he's just not close enough yet. What about if I move this piece? No, we'll just... Oh, I can't sit there. I don't want to get him too close. There is a scorpion coming. I love that turtling is my strategy. We'll move him right here. And then I will go ahead and move this one up here. And then end turn. Yes. Anakin! You were my brother, Anakin! I mean, I am. And Fong, right? And to a certain degree, I definitely turtled with the con. I'd, like, put the oil on, I'd wait. And then they'd jump in, and I'd block it, and then I'd grab them, because 0 frames. Street Fighter 4 was dumb. Street Fighter 4 was so dumb. Alright, so, now we gotta... I don't know why he came into my neighborhood, but wasn't ready to attack me. Let's put this one here. Actually, let me check out, what is the attack parameters of Kuriboh? Okay, so yeah, Kuriboh will attack first. So, that seems really innocent, right? But could be really heavily abused with other cards, such as Dark Magician and Chaos. And, does Dark Renewal target? You didn't use the card sets. Let me take a look here. Dark Renewal. Dark Renewal. God, it's such a gorgeous card. When your opponent normal summons, target one of those monsters. Okay, so it does target. The fact that it targets kind of, takes it back a notch. It's maybe not as powerful, but still, it's still pretty good, right? We don't have dimension magic.
Oh, come on, take it easy.
I'm not taking it easy. I will use all of my strength to defeat my opponents. I will use all of my strength to defeat my opponents. Right? That's the catchphrase. I love Street Fighter 4 too, Nathan, but like, come on. Vortexes, zero frame grabs, unblockables. There was a lot of stuff in Street Fighter 4 that made it hilarious to watch, but could feel very unfun to play against. Also, like ultras and comeback mechanics. I actually really prefer 5 to 4. And then I might prefer 3, but I'm one of those, right? I'm one of those.
Which part it take?
Wow, that's so crazy. Okay, so, we do have some units coming this way. Does it show the way they can attack capabilities? No, it doesn't show the range in which they attack, so you kind of have to like learn about the capsule monsters in this Capsule Monster Coliseum. I guess pass turn. Well, some people aren't used to that yet, but respecting people's individual freedoms to be addressed how they please, it'll catch on eventually, and I hope it's sooner rather than later. Right? It did, yeah. I can definitely see that. Some parents, you know, you do legally have the right to raise your child in the manner that you choose in most countries. But it doesn't mean that your child's going to grow up to love you in response to that, right? Tough love sometimes gets results and sometimes it doesn't. But again, your parents do have a right to do that sort of thing. So sometimes you just have to grit it and bear it, and you'll still turn out right in the end, I promise. I don't want to keep passing turn. There's got to be, we have to kind of like, we'll move it a little. We'll move the front line a little bit. I end my turn. Yeah, I mean, it's been quite a bit that Yu-Gi-Oh's been out, so. Well, congratulations. I'm glad you found yourself. Sometimes it's not linear, right? Sometimes you think you're one thing and you might be something a little bit more complicated, but being able to explore yourself is really important. So I hope nobody gives you a hard time for it. Okay, so now we're doing good because they creeped in. So we're gonna attack here. Oh, do I wanna? Let me move this one first. Oh, I can't move that one into a way that would be meaningful. Wait, did it change? No, it just looks like it changed. Okay, so yeah, we're going to what about this one? Can this one do something crazy? It really can't. Okay. Can the Kuriboh get in there? I mean, we'll move the Kuriboh, and that's fine. And I'll move the other Kuriboh. Let me attack with this unit first, because I don't know if units are prevented from attacking if there's something in the way. We haven't, like, learned that yet. Oh, no. Okay, so yeah, let's move this one here. Attack. And we will attack this one that has a disadvantage. I hope the damage good is good, excuse me. I mean, it depends, because certain fusion mechanics are really easy, right? Especially if they don't use polymerization. And you can fuse from your hand using polymerization without getting any monsters in the field. Fusion's actually my preferred way of doing things. Synchro, obviously, is the most difficult because it requires specific monsters and just not monsters that meet certain requirements, right? You have to have tuners. There's only so many tuners in the game. But, oh, hey, Ben. Long time no see. Good, fam. But, I think Xyz is probably the easiest, but Fusion's still my favorite. Okay, so we're not going to mess with that one. We can probably get this one over here. And I think that is the end of our turn. Turtling style. We got to figure out if you can Zerg rush their crystal. Oh yeah, Spirit Caller's a great game. I love the victory theme. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I think one of the last TikToks I put up had Spirit Caller as the soundtrack. Yeah, I mean, it is obviously the easiest one. But Xyz monsters aren't necessarily as powerful as Synchro monsters. In fact, Synchro and Fusion usually have way more devastating effects than Xyz. Allow us to introduce ourselves, yes. Alright, so I feel like we can get rid of the Scorpion who tried to come in through the back door. Right, move. Yeah, we'll move this one over here. Reverse of Arcadia is really good. Oh, like an old school one? Yeah, yeah, if you want to put up a photo of like the old-timey, super rare giant trinity. What is that, Spell Ruler? Or Pharaoh's Servant. I want to say that's Pharaoh's Servant. So Link monsters are a little different. You don't stack materials, you send materials from the field to the grave, so they're actually more like a synchro monster. But they have to go in special zones.
Big trouble.
Called the Extra Monster Zone. There's a tutorial on how to use them, both on my TikTok, but also on the official Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTube channel. Oh, cool! This Kuriboh's gonna do it too. Get him, Kuribohs. Multiply. This one is the genuine article. I am using a controller adapter though, so I can use a cooler controller. So, even though I'm like not even showing it on screen, right? Got this nice, neat USB adapter, but I'm actually just playing it on the table for ease. True, true. The fact that like one of the main decks right now is a Synchro Xyz deck is crazy. Be careful, your bones. You need them. Alright, I think we can go ahead and... I want to move this one back. And from this position, attack him from here. Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna kill.
This will finish you.
Oh, is that the last piece? We actually turtled our way into victory. That's cool. Oh wait, don't have the timing yet. So I have done wheelie breakers for the Wii, but I don't have my Wii set up tonight. But maybe in the future I would like to do that.
Steamrolled like a freeway. No wonder you're a champion.
But I'm not a champion. We're just a scrub like anybody else, right? We just started. So actually, Blazing, from a sales perspective, the TCG is actually doing the best it has ever done and is selling more product historically than ever.
I knew I didn't
Yu-Gi-Oh!
stand a
continues
chance
to
against an
dominate
expert like
as one of
you,
the top
but it was a
4
lot
trading
of
card
fun.
games in the world. So it's actually doing really well. Now, your perspective might be a little skewed because you are viewing Duel Links' popularity from the perspective of someone who loves Duel Links, and you're around people who love Duel Links, which is great. I love Duel Links too. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Is doing
Keep it up, Yu-Gi.
better than
I'm
ever right
counting
now.
on you to win it all.
Thank you, Tristan.
There is a YCS too. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series. In fact, they've had hundreds of Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series. The 250th one was supposed to be held in Brazil last year, but stuff happened. Oh yeah, fam. Alright, so none of our units died this time. That's good. Do I want to do a level up? There's a... Is it free? Yeah, I'll level up. Okay, so what units are we gonna take? I guess we'll take the units we don't have. We'll take the Petite Moths. So, Vox, we're certainly, we have done remote duel main events, and the main event that we did for, the last remote duel extravaganza did have 270 players, which is pretty big, right? Because the YCS is usually about 800 to 1,400 players, depending on where it is. It does get bigger sometimes, but basically we did an event about a third the size of a YCS. So we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Dogmatica Zodiac is so... Dogmatica is so good. It's a great engine. You don't gotta beat all of them, right? You only have to win like 16 duels to be like a YCS champion. You have to win 9 to 11 rounds and then 4 or 5 more rounds of finals. That's all you gotta do. Can you win 16 duels in a row? Or 16 matches. So there's no way to say that. I cannot generalize all these different people, right? People who are on Twitter right now posting their Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan art. People who are, oh cool, Duke Devlin. Wow, Dimension the Dice. people who are making Yu-Gi-Oh plushies, people who are watching Yu-Gi-Oh streamers but don't play Yu-Gi-Oh themselves, right? I cannot say good or bad about an entire class of people that is so diverse as the Yu-Gi-Oh community, right? People who are competitive, people who have not seen an episode of Yu-Gi-Oh in 20 years but still love Yu-Gi-Oh and think of it as their most favorite anime in the world, right? There's just so many different perspectives. So Vortex, this is Capsule Monster Coliseum.
Yugi, don't forget that I
hey.
invented Dungeon Dice
SDK Blue
Monsters,
Eyes.
so I'm a game expert myself.
Bring it on.
Let's see who's the real king of games. I challenge you to a duel.
It is Otogi, otherwise known as
Accept
Duke
your
Devlin.
challenge, Duke Devlin.
Oh yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh has a lot of content extension
when
for
I
sure.
win, all will hail the new champion.
We'll see you then, Roblox.
It's time to duel.
Dungeon Dice Monster sucks. The stage is pretty cool, but it makes sense, right? Because he likes Gradius and machines and stuff. I'm pretty sure we should at least see one Gradius unit. Man, I always get to go first. Oh, I almost want to react. No, we don't want to be at a disadvantage. We'll attack first. Oh, that's cool, Queen. He's not... Oh, he's got some lightning monsters. I think we might... I would love to see Gradius. Yeah, Duelist of the Rose is still good, though, Ben. Alright, so... Let me look at the map. And what are his units? They're lightning. Oh, are those our units already? Oh, no, he's a dark type user, too. Okay. So, advantage mountains, advantage sunlight, advantage mountains, advantage, okay. So if we use a bunch of sun-type monsters and mountain-type monsters, we would be at an advantage. So suns and mountains, suns and mountains. Okay, easy peasy. Yeah, I definitely think it's gonna be a filler world. I don't think we're gonna get, Oh, I don't have any suns or mountains. Oh, but the map is sun, which would be light. So just, well, okay, so we just gotta use what we gotta use. Then, okay, Kuribohs. And then we have 90 more points. What if I dropped one of these and I put Kurama back in? Because Kurama's so good. And then I have 89 left. Or I did put the Feral Imp in, and then what? Oh, I could fit in some petite moths. Yeah, sure, we'll try that. So, Pharaoh Attempt does not appear in Duel Links, but you can play as Yamayugi. We'll go ahead and just do plant that there. Random placement. I mean, the World Championship games are really good. I like it when they're both, right? When it has a storyline and is a World Championship game. That's true, yeah, because it'd be all variants all the time. Oh, that'd be so interesting to do Zexal 2 and 3 as the next Worlds. That's really smart, actually. But we're still so early into Zexal, so... Alright, so... And Nathan, I'm sure, you know, Little Kuriboh actually streams, so I'm sure he'd love your love and support. Alright, so let's go ahead and summon the Kuribohs to begin with. That's the best way to start the game. Ooh, that's actually really cheap too. So petite moths, all the really low level ones get your cash flow going. So summon a Kuriboh, and we can afford either a Kuriboh or one big. I think some of these cost 55. Yeah, I'll do one of these. WCS is World Championship Series. It's just the World Championship, a limited tournament with only, it's an invitation only. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series is anybody can enter it. It's just a Grand Prix. Each tournament, whatever happens at that tournament is independent of the previous one. I mean, it kind of is a pyramid scheme, right? A Millennium pyramid scheme. Alright, so more Scorpions. And he's got Kuribohs too. Interesting. Alright, have a good night.
Tear down your defenses.
I think I want a Zerg rush on this one just to see what it's like. So, let me move some of these units, and I want to see what happens when you try to attack his life points directly, effectively. Oh yeah, 7 Trials to Glory. Oh man, Game Boy Advance days, those were the days. Alright, so summon. So, WCS, the World Championship Series games were actually games used in a World Championship. But we haven't had a video game World Championship in a while, so Duel Links is basically our new version of that. It used to be that people really competed using the World Championship games. Oh no. It is such a good game, that's so sad. Man, these are really going in, these Kuribohs and the Scorpions. So we are about to meet each other in the middle. I'm glad we picked a really big unit. Well, it's really cool to see Feral Imp from this angle, because it does really just look like Feral Imp. Okay, let me... The only thing about the Petite Moths is they have, like, no attack range. I'm gonna move Kuriboh into range right here. Oh, he only moves diagonals. Okay, so I would have to do that, and he'd be way too close. Is there anybody else I can move from the back? Perhaps this one? Oh, nice! Okay, yeah, so if we move Kuriboh out of the way... Whoa, Kuriboh can actually attack from where he's at, though. So just let him hit it. Ah, I see, Aichi. He also works for Konami, if I recall correctly, doing Yu-Gi-Oh! 7, so there's gonna be some drama. Alright, welcome back. But we haven't had any World Championship games on console. We just have Duel Links, and that's the closest we've had to, like, I'm going to sit up in my chair and not, like, huddle like this with the Game Boy close to my face.
Ugh, I can't believe I took that.
Okay, so, let's move these Kuribohs a little closer. And that, and then this Kuriboh needs to move a little closer. And we'll move this unit just a little bit over. And can we move this one too? We can, but not into any range where we would be able to do what we need to do. So we can pull him over here so he's at least out of the way. And it looks like Petite Moth can do some stuff. Oh, Petite Moth can finish that Kuriboh. Yes! Make it so. Wow, it's not going to do enough damage to kill. Really? Yeah, it's not going to do enough damage to kill. That's not worth it then. Is there any other space that I could move the Petite Moth? No, he's really just kind of like some icing on the top. I'll move him out of the way, and then I'll end my turn. End turn. Oh, neat. Okay. Yeah, Retrieve Destruction's okay. We tried it once on the stream, and we just didn't have a lot of fun. So, Roblox, to ask you about doing merch, I don't do a lot of commercialization. If you guys have checked out my YouTube channel, you might notice there's no ads, right? As long as I own the rights to all the content within the video, there's actually no ads on any of my videos. And if you guys do support me via the stream, you definitely can support me via the stream. But I don't do Princess a Cosplayer. I don't do, you know, like, I don't sell anything other than my thank yous. Oh yeah, the Game Boy Advance is an amazing system. It's an amazing, amazing system. I still have a couple of mine.
If that's all the damage you can deal,
yeah, I got the classic
then my
one.
monster will not fall.
And then I also have one of my favorites, the Game Boy Micro. Right? Imagine playing Yu-Gi-Oh! On something like this big. Does it still work? Oh no, I gotta get the charger, but yeah, Game Boy Micro is very tiny. Like, here's the Game Boy Micro, and here is a Yu-Gi-Oh card, and it's like about the same size. I mean, you can make a shirt with my big dumb face on it. You're allowed to make that.
Of my skill.
Yeah, I mean, part of that is Aichi. card games are a business, right? You have to remember that card games are corporations. Hopefully Yu-Gi-Oh! Taught you that, right? Like Industrial Illusions, Kuiper Corporation, all that. Alright, good night. But yeah, GBAs are cool. I definitely love my Game Boy Advances. And then I also have, oh man, does this one have batteries in it? Nice. Classic Game Boy. That's a Game Boy Pocket. I prefer the Game Boy Pocket a lot.
I still have a chance.
Okay. The old Game Boy Advance was nice. I really liked the grips on it and everything. But the DS, I ended up selling the DS because the backwards compatibility of the 3DS, I'm just like, no, this is better. So, we do still have a chance. There's his Kuriboh. Oh, but Teat Moth can't do it though. And now I'll suffer for that. Can anybody else do it? Here's my biggest boy. Wow, his attack range is ridiculous. Can he one-shot that? Let's see how that works. Okay, so Feral Imp. It's the first time we're actually getting an attack with Feral Imp. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Do we want to do that to him? Yeah, we'll do. Okay, so that's gonna do 116. How much is this Kuriboh gonna be able to do? If we move and we put him over here, and then we attack, 116 plus 110. Yeah, that'd be enough. Okay, cool. No, I don't think so. Development takes a while, right? Final Fantasy VII Remake took like years, decades almost. Final Fantasy 15 took decades, right? You want people to spend time on things, and you want to pay people money for things because you want to have a relationship where you can hold them accountable when it comes to products like that. So yeah, it's okay for things to take a while. Oh no. Well, I mean, we'll see. I don't know how much influence one Japanese shop could have on the success of Vanguard, but things happen in waves, right? So maybe it's not just one shop eventually, then it's two and it's three, etc. I think so, right? I'm sure there's examples which already been done right. Examples that I don't know, that you don't know, but I'm sure there are people out there who are doing quick games, slow games, and everything in between. Okay, so doing good. Doing good. This moth is awful. I guess we'll... Oh, I really want to get rid of this Kuriboh, though. Can I rescue this Kuriboh with another unit? Move. I don't think I can. I think the moth is just awful. And I think my cowardice is pretty bad. I should have attacked. I guess we'll just attack. Why not? Oh yeah, there are some really... Mega Man is a great series and a great example of, oh, the formula works. Yakuza is another great example of using an engine to create a game and then just making it over and over and over again within the engine. Or sports games. What are we talking about? Like Madden, you know? Alright, so... move this unit, just one, and then we're gonna move the Kuriboh. Man, the placement is so weird. Put it as a shield. I think that's gonna be end turn. Oh yeah, Yakuza 7 is definitely like a different game, but it's still, they didn't have to like completely reinvent it, and they used Judgment to stall because once they made the new Yakuza engine, they got Yakuza 6, Yakuza Kiwami 2, and Judgment all out of it, right? So Yakuza, that Ryuga Gotoku game studio, brilliant use of the same product over and over and over again. I would think it's probably a different engine because it's on an RPG, but the graphics engine might be the same, right? So the programming they used to make the game probably isn't too different, but how the game plays, it's not necessarily an engine difference so much as programming difference. Right, because Street Fighter runs on Unreal, so...
This is what's gonna let me turn this duel upside down.
I love Ojuki thinking that he's playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Goodbye, Petite Moth. I don't know that. What's the attack power of Petite Moth? Into like 400? Or is it 250? I can't remember the actual card's attack. Alright. Ouch. Goodbye, JoJo! Oh no, we're gonna lose 2 units. Ouch. Wow, all the way over here. So now we learn that units can attack through each other. Alright, goodbye, Kuriboh. Ouch. We're still not getting the most use out of our Feral Imp.
This hurts my chances greatly.
Oh, you're fine, Yamayugi. Calm down. Oh, we still got that Kuriboh over there? I didn't even notice. Okay, so, let's get some stuff done. First things first, can this attack? It can. We could actually get rid of that Scorpion. Let's do some real damage. So attack. And that's going to do quite a bit, actually. You gotta be, though. The fate of the world is depending on our capsule monsters. I guess. Yeah, Feral Imp. Yeah, so the tournaments are used in order to sell more product. Pokemon does it too, right? And it is a business, but it's also a way to get you excited, because why should you just watch basic small stories? If you like a slice of life anime, they have those, and you can't watch them. And they have them within this the card game sphere as well, too, like Card Fight Vanguard. But Card Fight Vanguard also manages to still ramp things up. There's always going to be a tournament, right? There's just always going to be a tournament. Yeah, let's go. Well, you know what? Let's have the Archer destroy this unit, and then we'll have the Kuriboh destroy the other one, and then we're just going to be facing down the one Scorpion and the one Kuriboh who are so separated they cannot do a combination attack. But the formula is really worth it. That is successful business, right? Or else we wouldn't get it. Because this is the thing. The reason the shows exist is for someone to sell you something. Right? Television shows, no matter how emotional and exciting they are, exist in order to sell advertising spots, right? It's a trap. The idea is you end up liking the show, so you watch it, so you wait through the commercials. Oh wait, that's not where I want to go. Oh no, can I not get to where I want to? I can't kill the Kuriboh, actually. So I could suffer a combination attack. So I'll just weaken the Scorpion, and that's fine. And it's part of it, too, because, like, you know, these shows come out of Japan, and Japan is about doing your best, right? That's a key component, I think, to the Japanese lifestyle, is not making excuses and doing your best. And you can't put yourself in that situation better than entering into a tournament, right? And there's plenty of shows like that that aren't about magic, wizards, ninjas, warriors, like Dragon Ball Z. It's just about people playing volleyball, swimming. Yeah, they all do, and Pokemon really was not the one who created that. Okay, so we end our turn. Yes. Interesting. Okay, maybe that's why Bakugan didn't do that well. It just happens. It's just part of it. You shouldn't marvel at it, right? You should just learn to expect it. But not every, like, there's no tournament in Sailor Moon. But that's because it's not a shonen tournament, right? And tournament, or shonen anime, it's a shoujo anime. The purpose of most shonen anime in Shonen Jump, right? It's called Shonen Jump for a reason.
But it survived.
Is, ooh, what cut an iron? I actually don't know how long it is. That's an interesting question, Blazing. Hold on. How long is a Japanese school day? 6.5 hours. They gotta be at school at 8:45. They finish at 3:15. So 6.5 hours. It's not too bad. Don't have to show up at 8. but you gotta stay a little late. Interesting. That's a question for Google. Sometimes there are.
If that's all the damage you can deal, then my monster will not fall.
Okay, Kuriboh's making it. Alright, so the Kuriboh's moving with him. Alright, so it's our turn. I really want to experiment by attacking his life points directly.
I'll use all my skills until the very end of the duel.
Some things aren't, you know, they're done right the first time. Don't have to reinvent the wheel. Okay, so can I get to his unit? No, I don't think I can. I think the best thing then would be to get rid of these 2 units, right? So we're gonna attack that, and that is gonna destroy it. Okay, so we'll clear these 2 out. If only, right? Wow, that is early. No, I used to have to show up to school pretty early myself. But the hours in the day doesn't determine whether or not you get productivity out of that, right? You gotta make sure you're using your time wisely when you're there. Alright, so...
Oh, if I don't do something soon, I may as well pack it in.
Pack it in! Pack it up. Alright, so, next Kuriboh is gonna take a chunk out of him. Oh, interesting. Can I, with this monster, move him into range? No. Okay, so we'll just move him, jump, and turn, and then Kuriboh will make the other Kuriboh explode. And, oh, you know what? Maybe I want to make him actually move first. Yeah, just so we can get closer to the enemy's, castle or whatever you want to call it. The little gem crystal. Now I'll attack. Yen is in coins and bills, right? Most currency throughout the world is both in coins and bills. And Japan is actually a much more cash-centric society. So ordinarily you see people like, you know, having the debit card or the credit card. In Japan, most of the time they are not using debit or credit cards, right? If you travel to Japan in the future, please remember to have some amount of money in cash, because if you don't, like, you may not be able to buy things at all. Right? You just pay for the... Now, I'm not saying they're backwards, but it just is a primary cash society. And that was really interesting when I was traveling with Japanese bands and watching them go to just like a supermarket or something and just whip out like all these 50s and 100s that they would drew because they were used to having that much cash. I mean, I don't know the last time I've physically had cash on me because just we're a pretty cash-free society. And, you know, touching stuff isn't really nice right now. But in Japan, it's kind of a thing over there. I mean, I'm not condoning that, but I will say in Japan, you know, and that you see that in Yakuza too, right? In the Ryuga Gotoku series. That I am not. Although I don't think I'm gonna watch any discriminatory memes at this time. All right, I guess I'll move that over here. We are going to attack. Oh, these are kind of fragile though. Oh, it's too late. I already moved them. Okay. End turn. That's all our pieces. We're done. But yeah, very cash-heavy society. Okay, so he's not able to attack us either. We've got like this really nice placement. No, they do not. Now I know you're one of my people, because you know the codes. I mean, you can go to a pawn shop. That's a thing, right? Every country has pawn shops. Can I get this Kuriboh? No, I can't. We're going this way. I'm going to move the Kuriboh back so he can maybe steal some attack points. And we can move this over here. Yeah, we'll move this over here. We'll do some damage so that Kuriboh, if we come back, will win. So it's based on a point system. You probably weren't here when we were doing the tutorial, but you have each attack costs a certain amount of action points, your AP. That's the green bar that's at the upper left corner. Well, I guess upper left corner of the game screen. Let's see.
I'm running out of options.
Oh yeah, the devil's a part-timer. So yeah, you see the AP, that's your action points, and so when you move, that costs a certain amount of action points. You can see how much action points it costs if you look right over here. See, it says AP 50. So in order for me to move, that costs 50. So I end my turn. I do end without doing anything else. We do have some weird things. Every country does, though. Alright, so we are going to lose our Fire Archer, which is sad, because I really like that piece. Sucks to suck, dude. Go back to your failed board game. Kuriboh. Say it ain't so. Ooh, oh, oh. So, they do in certain places, right? They do have an emphasis on card games that we don't. We have comic shops over here. We also have Duelists Unite. Thank you for following, fam. We are playing ye old Capsule Monster Coliseum, right? Usually we stream Duel Links, but this is a special night for some fun. And so yeah, Ben, you can move all your pieces once as long as you have the points to do it, and they can all attack once as long as you have the points to do it. So this is going to be our first time attacking Crystal. This is interesting. We've never done this before. Oh, you can do it. Yeah. I want to win by doing this. I want to see if this actually is like an instant win if you do this. I think we might have like a new strat. We need to like Kuriboh Zerg Rush. I don't know if you guys play enough StarCraft to know what a Zerg Rush is. Alright, so that's pretty good.
Oh, you'll pay for that.
Okay, he didn't like that. Yeah, I think it's pretty easy, right? They do a lot of commemorative chess sets, and it would not be out of the realm of possibility to have one of those. Okay, so I think we're done with this turn, though, because we've already moved our pieces one each. StarCraft. Yeah, so it's a little harder for me to pull up the Discord while I'm streaming a console game, just because I have different things on my screen that I ordinarily would for Duel Links. But if you do want to post it on the Discord, I can certainly take a look. If it's a video, I'm not going to run that, because last time we did videos on the stream, my stream crashed. So, ooh, Dark Magician and Blue Eyes as your kings on each side, that's for sure. And then I think it'd be like a Seto Kaiba Yugi one, with Kuriboh's as the pawn pieces, and maybe Sagi the Dark Clown as the pawn pieces on the Kaiba side. And then, probably like some old Kaiba cards, like Hitotsume Giant and Sword Stalker and stuff like that, and then of course Blue Eyes. Alright, so I want to finish him. Can we do it? Is there a way to do it? We're just out of range. You did a really good job moving out of the way with that piece. Let me go ahead and try to move. Nope. So we're just going to finish it by attacking the Kuriboh, but I do think if you destroyed the crystal, you immediately win the game. Oh, Battle Ox for the Night would be really cool. It's a good one. So yeah, you guys know. Okay, cool, cool. I definitely will just leave it up there in whatever is appropriate, either general or anime, and I'm on it. Dungeon Dice, Duels for the Roses, yeah. We're here. I've never played this game, and I really like it. Right? It's difficult, for sure, but I'm really enjoying it, and I love that it's fully voiced over. Cannot stress that enough.
Back to the drawing board.
So there's 5 bosses per each area. Victory player. As opposed to player victory.
Yugi, you really are the king of games.
You're not
The one where you have to like huck it? Man, those would be so cool to have. Everyone wants dual disc, but now that I think about that, that's way cooler, even if it didn't have a dual disc. You only have 4 slots too, right? It's like, you can only play either 4 spells and traps, 4 monsters, or a combination in between.
Yugi, keep at it and win the tournament.
It does to a certain degree.
Thanks.
Reminds me of a tactics game. Like Ogre Tactics. But the physical pieces definitely look like chess pieces. Yeah, we'll level up. Kuriboh. Don't die, Kuriboh. We gotta see if we can heal our pieces. So Duelist Unite, because I work closely with Konami, I do not stream or support any unlicensed Yu-Gi-Oh products, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Omega would definitely be one of those. So I understand it looks cool. I know it's got a lot of features on it, but it is unlicensed, and so as a Yu-Gi-Oh! Judge, I can't be on that. Sorry, fam. Cool. Okay, so do I want more Kuribohs? Yeah, I think I'm gonna take more Kuribohs. Gimme yo Kuribohs. Oh, I already have 5 of those. I can't take any more Kuribohs. We'll take a Steel Scorpion then. Yes. Save game data. Yes, can do. Memory card slot 1, where we were doing it. Man, 8 megabyte memory cards. Right? That was a lot of data. It's crazy. Oh, I guess I'll save again. I thought I already saved. I did already save. I do that all the time, like save, save, save. It should exit me from the saving screen if I've already saved. 8 megabytes. 8 megabytes. What was the hard drive? I think it was like maybe it was 2 gigabytes was the hard drive. No, maybe it was like 16. I'm thinking about the PS2 hard drive. Okay, so next up, oh, it's Taya. Cool. Okay, but first, I want to go to the shop real fast, just see if we can find another piece of Exodia. So, entrance hall. Alright, so, I want to go to shop.
What would you like to do?
I would like to buy stuff. We have plenty of MP, too. Oh, there's lots of cool monsters now. The Kuramas were pretty cool. Oh, it actually shows. So it moves 3. That's huge. And attacks only 1. So it's a little backwards, but you can at least use it to get out of the way. Yeah, we'll get some Kuramas. Do the Drollbirds do anything cool? Whoa, they move 4. Drollbird's attack is 121. Actually, I want the Drollbirds. That sounds ridiculous. Okay. So we'll use start and we'll buy. But I don't see any Exodias.
What would you like to do?
Try to buy. I'm just going to double check one last time. Yeah, no Exodia pieces. So we'll come back here. Oh, I guess it would be cool to have like a better water monster. Move 2. I noticed we don't have any Earth. So I'm going to buy some Earth ones. Move 2, attack X1. Move X2, attack X1. Do you have like a big Earth? Give me like a big old Earth monster. There's Shovel Crusher. Yeah, let's buy Shovel Crusher. Just so we have another boss. Because right now our strongest monster is the Feral Imp. So we bought some pieces. That's cool. Let's manage our monsters. That's the next thing we got to do. And build a unit. Okay, so I want to add monsters that we bought. Definitely gonna put that one in the unit. Okay. And then we've got some space over here for our Drollbirds. Hey, I know how to navigate the menus. Look at that. Yeah, I'll put the big boy, Shovel Crusher. And we'll put this other Feral Imp. Okay, so exit. Yes. I'm sorry, fam. Well, you are welcome to stay here as long as you're awake. I know, some of the old cards, they just have nostalgia, right? Everything like that feels familiar and simple is always nice, right? Yu-Gi-Oh! Certainly has gotten more complicated. But I definitely like its complications, right? Like, playing, Dogmatica Spirit Charmers is hilarious when you think of, like, the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Normal summon, Blue Eyes White Dragon with no tributes. Alright, so now we are going to fight Anzu, Taya. Oh, cool. It's like a Christmas shopping district. I wonder what the Christmas shopping district's type is.
Yugi, here I come!
Okay.
Taya!
Alright. Yes, Taya speaking.
I always wanted to duel against you to see how I would do.
I wonder where this takes place, like when, because they've got Battle City. But if it's based on the manga, they've actually never dueled before.
Don't expect me to take it easy on you, Taya.
Of course not. I'll never forgive you if you treat me with kid
See what I
gloves.
mean, by the way? Fight strong opponents. Taya is like, yes, let me play the king of games and don't you be weak on me. I cannot stress that enough. Don't say go easy on me. Don't. Taya knows she's fighting the king of games and she's like, please, bring it. Oh, it's based on New York, which is where she wanted to go when she went to dance school after high school. We'll attack first. Good. It's the right way to be. Alright, we got a little taxi cab. This is really cool, actually. Palace. Deck the halls because it's Christmas. It's got quite a few units. I wonder if we could, like, just swoop in. Oh, hey, thanks, Wear Tag. Looks like you've swooped into our stream. Okay, so our level 2 fire monster is gone. We do have a level 2 Kuriboh. Kuriboh. Oh, man, we have lost some Kuribohs. The map has mostly dark spots on it, a little bit of light, and some wind. So that's cool that we're using Kuribohs, but let us use some... Oh, we got our Droll birds. Maybe not so many Droll birds. Maybe the last one will be like, do we have a light monster? We still don't have any light monsters based on the starter pack that we picked. But we could use Kurama as a wind, and we have 59 points left. So we could do like, just like 145. Another Droll bird! Yeah, let's go. We'll go ahead and place our symbol here. And we'll just do random place. Actually, maybe I'll put the Droll and Lockbirds at the... Oh, but we're gonna have the Kuribohs first. No, I'll still put the Droll and Lockbirds at the front. So when they spawn, they can get where they need to go faster. Oh, hey, speaking of getting where they need to go faster, looks like Orange Ponzu has figured out that he wants to stay on the stream. Thanks, fam. Appreciate that. Alright, so I'll put Kurama down as well. Yeah, like Mokuba. Exactly like Mokuba. And it's fully voiced over in English. Which, may be for better or worse, depending on if you like the dub. But, it's pretty cool. I was really amazed when I found out it was fully voiced over. Okay, so we positioned all our monsters. We're going to spawn our Kuribohs first. Or we can spawn the Droll and Lockbirds and just go. Just get in there and attack that enemy crystal. Alright, so player's turn. That's us. And
it's time to start.
That's our catchphrase. Remember, it's time to start. AP 30, but they don't generate that much AP because the Kuribohs generate a lot of AP. Man, the Droll and Lockbirds are so cheap. Yeah, we're gonna start with these. We're gonna do this. So we can't move them. They do have summoning sickness on the turn they're summoned. I'm gonna try to do it. I really am. I'm gonna try to like go in this time. So that's all the things we can do, but we got our 3 Droll birds.
Next, it's my turn.
Not it's your move. It's next. It's my turn. Okay, so spawning... Oh, some pretty big monsters. Now, the larvas are pretty bad. We know that because we tried them. They barely have any range, and they aren't very strong.
Here I go.
Alright, fam. Let's do it. We're going in. And on that one. Okay, this is so crazy how, like, fast these move. There was a dub exclusive OVA of Capsule Monsters, yeah. So this is American Yu-Gi-Oh! We still have enough points, I think, to go ahead and summon the Kuribohs. We can't move them, though, right? Same deal, yeah, summoning sickness. So they spawn. Any piece that can move has, like, a brighter color. The other ones are kind of dulled out in gray. I will summon the Kurama, because we definitely have the points. And then we'll go ahead and summon this last one. I'm sorry, fam. Hope you feel better soon. So we have like a very like weenie rush deck in the sense that it's like it's all just tiny monsters. That's an old Magic the Gathering term. They're like little monsters that are like 1/1. And you can like tap tap tap, bring out 3 past turn, right? Because you got summoning sickness. They'd be like 1/1/1/1/1. So I don't know if we're gonna win this duel, but I definitely want to try to rush in like this. Because this just sounds so funny. Okay, we got our Kuribohs, which are pretty good. Move. Oh man, look at how far this guy goes. Bam. Alright, so this is gonna have to move here. And this one is gonna get to move. Wow. So far. Bonk. And turn. And then but we can't attack the happy lover. Right? It's the happy lover? Yeah, happy lover. We can move over this way. How much H? Okay, so this has 150 points, and we do 132. So it just has to get love tapped twice. That's all we got to do is get the birds in. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Okay, so not that you had nosebleeds, right? That you no longer have nosebleeds. Okay, so we're gonna move. Put the Kuribohs out. We're not attacking anybody. So we're just trying to like meet him in the middle with the Kuribohs. Make a defensive wall. This is weird because this is like, I feel like the first time that we're playing like a new deck. In the sense that we have a very different strategy than we've had before. I am gonna go ahead and move this unit back though. And end turn. I want to say that's all of our pieces, yeah. End turn. So there are different canonicities for Yu-Gi-Oh! Blazing. The manga continuity is separate than the anime continuity. A lot of stuff happens in the manga that doesn't happen in the anime, and vice versa, right? Because the events of the first 7 volumes of the manga don't really happen word for word in the anime. I don't feel like it's Gren Maju. I feel like it's like Hayabusa Night with like a bunch of equip cards, right? So dueling streams Blazing are always going to be Mondays and Wednesdays. And it's not Monday today, so you know it'll be after the weekends. I feel like it's like a lot quieter than it used to be. Hold on, let me boost the volume on that. There we go. The next time it'll be like screaming it. Alright, so Happy Lover. Yeah, that's the Happy Lover, wow. Classic Yu-Gi-Oh card. One of Teo's favorites. Okay, so we're fine, we're fine. It's chipped. Oh man, it barely did any damage. That's the second. Oh yeah, it is the second attack. So we're doing good. Okay, this might be scary. 96. The defense on the Droll and Lockbirds are so good too. Well then, I look forward to seeing you then. This was on PS2. This game is awesome. Like the fact it's fully voiced over, features some of the most iconic Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And it's 2-player, right? But only if you're both physically in the same room on a PS2 and you have separate save files. So I won't get to play any of the stream fam with this, but it is pretty neat. Okay, so man, that High Tide. He's kind of like making his defensive wall. It's no wheelie breaker. Nothing could be, right?
I'll use all my skills until the very end of the duel.
Alright, I must believe in my skills. Okay. So we got this Kurama. Oh, he almost has like nowhere else he can go. If I go here, will that reset where he can go now? So if I click, there's all the positions. How do I see where his movement is? I guess I can. Move. Nice. Okay, so we're gonna get our first attack on this one. We're gonna do 132, which is actually gonna substantially weaken and put in the chip out range. 5Ds, yeah. World Championship Reverso Arcadia was so cool. A great game. All the old ones really are. Waka waka. It's time to start. My favorite line of all time.
That's crazy! A critical?
Oh, we got a critical hit? Those exist in this game? That's cool. Let's go ahead and keep moving our Kuribohs forward as well to support our armies here. I'm really just trying to get the crystal. That's my big strategy on this particular one, is get in there. Let's see what we can do over here. Can I move? It doesn't really look like I can get me further in. I can move here and do damage, but how would... Okay, let's see how this one is going to do damage, though. If I move this one... Here. No, that's not going to be able to hurt me, buddy. I almost want to move these out because they're kind of blocked by the units that can't pass. So, yeah, we're going to move this back. And I think I'm equally going to move this back because we just, like, can get out of range, which is awesome. Cool. And then let's go ahead and move the Kuriboh up to safety. And then back here in the back, we'll just further move out of the way. And I think that's all the pieces. Yeah, we're done. Oh, cool, cool, yeah. There's so many interesting... I love the character creation in Reverse of Arcadia and all those old games. And it was 3D. There's actually an old Yu-Gi-Oh game called Tag Force, and it appeared on multiple platforms. In the Japanese version, it was fully voiced over like this, but there were also CG model files of every single duelist in the game. Unfortunately, when the game came over to America, they chose not to dub it into English, so they actually just took all the voices out because they didn't want it to be in Japanese either. I know there are some patches, you can kind of augment your game and mess around with it. I've thought about doing that, but I just haven't found like the right time. Also, Duel Links basically serves that purpose, but it is really neat. And no problem, Roblox, that's what I'm here for.
Did you see that?
Oh, hey.
Even you have to be impressed by that attack.
What?
What? What? Alright, so we're doing okay. Wow! Wow, Skalangle has some mad skills as far as attacking people very far away. That is far. So we might invest in some Skelangles as well. Or Skelangels. 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 It's clearly Skelangels because it's a skeleton angel. Skeleton. It kind of is to a degree, Aichi. I mean, you do have to try to solicit your partner with egg sandwiches. The egg witch is mine. Yeah, Blazing, you know I saw the Blackluster stuff. I look forward to playing it on Monday. Oh, and the Tag Force soundtracks are so good. Especially the 5Ds ones. Probably my favorite OSTs, original soundtracks, of any Yu-Gi-Oh game, like, ever. Hey, and that's fine. Playing closed formats, people like GOAT format, right? They like playing, like, 2003 Yu-Gi-Oh! And so for the same reason, I can see why you would, you know, enjoy grinding on the old Yu-Gi-Oh! Video games over and over. Alright, so it's our turn. That bow is super long range, though.
My turn.
See if we can get some stuff done. Any sacrifice play? We really can't, unfortunately. I feel like they've done a really good job. Taya's done a really good job of, like, backing out of the corner and getting out of our range. What we can do, though... let me see if the Kurama can do this. Then I can move the other one to safety. So I'm going to move... I can move this here. No, can't do it. So, yeah, we'll move that one here and turn. And then we're going to move this one right here. And then we'll attack and we'll get rid of what I think is High Tide Gyojin, even though it says Root Water. 2008 is really exciting Yu-Gi-Oh! For me, like old GX days. Oh, yeah. It is important. Like, there are such great monsters that cause you to do stuff, right? Mech Knights, don't play cards in the same columns. Gores, always attack with the weakest one first. Magic Cylinder, don't attack with a monster when you have lower life than the attack of that monster, but there's another monster you could choose to attack with to end the duel. Right? There's so many cards that teach you. So the World Championship Series does not have a speed duel component. There's not a speed duel World Championship because the world doesn't play speed duels. America plays speed duels, but Japan plays rush duels. So, there are speed duel tournaments in the Remote Duel Extravaganzas, which are a TCG American tournament, but there's not a component for that in the World Championship Series like you mentioned. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and attack this thing, because I think we can go ahead and just get rid of it. Yeah. Clear this one out with a double attack. Man, I love Magic Cylinder. When it was at 1, when Magic Cylinder was a good enough card to be at 1, it was my favorite card in the entire game. Because you thought you might lose, and you just had to pray your opponent didn't think about what they were doing and attacked you with a strong monster, and then you ended the duel. Right? Ceasefire, Magic Cylinder, any of those cards that did, like, random amounts of damage. Okay, so we want to do... Happy Lover, what could I do? Attack? No, we don't want to move it. Oh, we could move pretty far away, actually. Could the other Kuriboh finish the job? Could we move this over? No, the other Kuriboh cannot finish the job. So Drollbird is going to be the one to inflict the final blow, I think. Does that work? No, it would have to be a crit. That is really unfortunate. Let me see if I can move then. Because I just... okay, so this is attack of 138. Yeah, so a Kuriboh can finish it, but a Drollbird can't. So we're going to move that there, and then I would like to move this Kuriboh. It's not really going to do anything, so I'll just move it over here just so we can kind of get that... start to close in, and I think that's all my available units that can move, so I end my turn. I mean, so, I have seen, so Blazing Fire, what you should do is Team APS, a relatively well-known group of Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTubers, are going to do a Speed Duel Battle City Box tournament, and I think that's a great way to see what you can do with your Battle City Box and what could be some really good strategies. Start by watching that video, and then you'll kind of know what it is you can do in a Speed Duel constructed tournament, right? Yes, I do think it'll work, but you got to put some time in the lab and see what other people are doing with their Speed Duel sets. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, try not to glitch too much, Ben. You want to make sure that you're actually playing the game fairly, like if you buy the wrong booster pack. Oh, yeah, Ring of Destruction. Thank you, Jonathan Snow. Man, Monster Reborn. Those were the... I mean, Monster Reborn's legal now because it's just not as impressive. I think... Wow, I don't think we're going to get attacked at all. I mean, other than the one attack that happens. Set a monster, set Heavy Storm. Oh, yeah, flip it over a face-down Heavy Storm as your only set is hilarious. What happens at midnight? Is it Happy New Year? Is it Christmas? What happens at midnight? Did we let it go too long? Is Santa Claus coming to town? This game is so cool. This is ridiculously awesome. Okay. Happy New Year? I think it's New Year's. First damage wins.
I'm ahead. I'll finish this duel quickly.
I feel like it's New Year's. Oh yeah, Pain, this is totally Yu-Gi-Oh! This is definitely Yu-Gi-Oh! This is the most Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's fully voiced over in English, which is still nuts to me. Let's go ahead and move Droll and Lockbird over here. We'll move Kuriboh this way. And start to creep over here with our Kurama. Get this Kuriboh going. Now we don't want to abandon our post, and I just realized that because we don't want to get to the point where we move all of our resources into trying to attack. So I'm going to put this over here, and I think we can actually do a 1-2 punch if I attack with the Drollbird, and then I follow up with the Kuriboh on one of these. But yeah, Pain, this is not... There's no volcanics, right? Because GX wasn't out yet. Wow, that Drollbird. What could it possibly do? I can't wait to unlock Dark Magician in this game, because so far we've been playing with just like the most random Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Alright, so that brings down its HP... PP, I should say. Power points.
Oh, I didn't expect that at all.
Alright, so now we'll attack with Kuriboh. Oh, it doesn't let us go through. Can we move into position? Yeah, we can get behind it, and then we can attack. But I think the Skelangel is going to get rid of Kuriboh. Roblox, you shouldn't be calling anybody a buffoon. Don't describe people. Just don't do it. It's 2021. Just not a good thing to do. Haha. Oh, that's cool, dude. Yeah, I need to do the 2021 like Yu-Gi-Oh wardrobe update. So I've got like about I think 10 to 15 Yu-Gi-Oh shirts, but I want new ones, right? I really like that JoJo tank top that I had on that one day. All right, move Kuriboh. Kuriboh moves in an X pattern, right? No, actually it moves. Oh, here's Kuriboh. So yeah, it does move in an X pattern. So if we move over here, that puts us in a better position to move next turn. I think Skelangel is gonna get one of the kills, and it looks like the Happy Median. Oh no, I think we're in bad shape. I think actually we might We might lose this one, but we'll see. I mean, I've got, what have I got? Like 2 Kaiba shirts, 2 Yami-Yugi shirts. No, actually, yeah, 2 Yami-Yugi shirts, a Dark Magician shirt, 2 Yu-Gi-Oh! GX shirts. But you can always have more, right? You can always have more. So this might be bad. I have a room tour actually on my YouTube channel, where I show off all the cosplay stuff in my closet from packing. Although this room's been redecorated a couple of times, but this is definitely like the pheromone room. Right? I don't live in this room, but pheromone certainly does. Okay, so I'm not worried about the petite moth coming to get us. Oh yeah, DBZ's way cool, fam. I have a friend that was really into Dragon Ball that I picked up some well, she's more into Dragon Ball, but I mean, Dragon Ball is still really trendy.
That was a lot of damage.
And hardcore fans have still loved it, so. Alright, so Kuriboh's gonna be fine. I hope. Harvester of Sorrow, that's interesting. I mean, Metallica's still, you know, a lot of those bands, once you make it to a certain point, you're like always gonna have made it. You're never not going to have made it.
I still have a chance. Use all my strength to defeat you.
Alright, so our crystal is safe for now, but we need to close this game out pretty fast. But I think we finally got past the enemy lines, right? The Skelengel's kind of scary. We could currently attack that, but I just want to go in. Right, so we'll move over here because I don't think they can get us. I really need to get rid of that Skelengel, though. Moving again. We still can't get past here. The Happy Maiden is definitely something I want to get rid of. I guess what I'll do is I'll move here, and we'll start to clear a path by attacking this one over here. Alright, so that's not a lot of damage. For all the movement, right, it just doesn't have a lot of, like, firepower. But I think that'll probably put us in range to go ahead and... Yeah, that will destroy. Okay, cool, perfect. And we've got this nice positioning, so we're kind of blocking its access to our Kuriboh that's injured. So I think we'll be okay. Alright, so we did level up, and now, let's see what you got here. Oh, cool, dude, nice. Young Gohan. I love Piccolo when he's got the turban and the cape. It's just like a really, like, fully fleshed out look. Alright, so let's see. What am I looking for? Trying to set something up. Impossible! Alright, so we didn't finish off our plate on the Happy Maiden, so we can move that. Okay, so we need to go ahead and get rid of that. We can't let that survive, because if we do, we'll lose too many cracked pieces, so we're gonna go ahead and attack that. Motley Crue, AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, Pantera. No thanks, Yugi boy, huh? Okay. There we go. Fix himself. Attack and destroy. So there's the Happy Lover. Cool beans. It's a phrase I haven't heard in a while. Okay, so we moved that piece. I think we're pretty good. The Kuriboh can move up safely now. So Kuriboh still move in that pattern. So we almost want to move this Kuriboh back so we just have it like safe. Right? And then, is that everybody? I think that's everybody. It's been a wild ride, but we're getting there. End turn. I mean, it always is nice to hear the soundtrack of Iron Man, right? Actually, there's an AC/DC song that's in an old game called Maximum Carnage. Oh no, we are gonna lose our bird. That's okay. That's okay. I mean, I was James from Team Rocket, yeah, and I do have that on TikTok, so. There's probably a lot of stuff that if you guys haven't been like following my feeds closely or haven't been following me for a long time, there might be stuff that really surprised you. I've cosplayed from things like Marvel Comics, Street Fighter, various games and shows that like I really don't like, you know, rep that hard. Uh-oh. Is that gonna crack and kill? No, it's not gonna kill. Thank you. But yeah, Pheromone is not a one-trick pony. But I definitely only broadcast Yu-Gi-Oh! For the most part. But I'm more than great cards. Now I got that stuck in my head. Wow, he's trying to bring it back. Trying to bring the Happy Lover all the way back.
No.
Okay, so I think we might be able to close this out pretty soon. Because the main... Oh, how do we... We can't get there because he's got us in, like, this weird... If we're here, then we can move diagonal. No, we're, like, in a weird spot because he, like, moved out of our range. So I guess what I'm going to do instead is move back here and take this unit out. It's not... It's not, hold on. Why can't I remember the name of the gentleman with the glasses and the dark hair? It's not... Why can't I remember the name of the gentleman with the colored glasses and the dark hair? Osborne. Ozzy Osbourne, right? Black Sabbath is Ozzy Osbourne, right? Yeah, I got it by myself. You can tell by my eye contact if you watch it on the replay. No, I do love, just some of the songs are so great, right? There's an old Super Nintendo game that is nothing but classic rock soundtracks, all of which appeared in the chat just now. But yeah, it's like there's something. It's like rock and roll racing, I want to say. Rock and roll racing. It's an old, cool Super Nintendo game where it has music by Black Sabbath in it, right? Little midis, right? It's not an MP3 because we couldn't fit that on cartridges back in the day. But it's pretty good audio quality. Okay, so we got that. Now we can start giving chase. This has just been a weird one. Oh yeah, I saw that. Let's see. I guess. I mean, maybe I move in close. Yeah, end turn, put that there. We're not gonna move our primary piece. So we've only got 4 units left, and the Skelangel is really giving us a hard time. Well, I mean, it's Christmas, right? I mean, it was Christmas. Just went by so quickly. I can't believe we're like 8 days into 2021 and it already feels like it's been a year since Christmas. Alright, so we are gonna get destroyed by that. I maybe needed to pull that one back a little bit more. Alright, here we go. Shooting the bow. It's weird that it has gloves, but the feet are like detached, decapitated feet. Hey, working is really significant. It's an important part of life, right? You want to find a purpose. You want to do something. Okay. I hope we don't accidentally lose this game because we've been putting so much time into it. We got 3 units, and I guess we can attack. Okay, that would do 110 damage, but before we do that, can the Kuriboh do anything? Kuriboh. The Kuriboh can. Okay, so we move here and we attack. So I think we're gonna be okay. I mean, James is a really cool character. There's a lot of cool characters in the Pokemon franchise, though. Can't just stop at James. But James is one of the main characters, right? He's been put in thousands of episodes, or 1,000+ episodes, and 20 years worth of stuff. Alright, so that's good. We cracked that. That means there's, like, nobody protecting his life points. If we can just get rid of this one, because then he's just going to have the Skalangle. Alright, so attack. Destroyed. Nice. I love how every time we've tried to Zerg Rush the crystal, all it does is make us lose a bunch of pieces, and it comes down to us getting 1 piece left, and then we destroy the crystal, right? We haven't been able to, like, get something killed in the first turn. Okay, so, good deal. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can watch Pokemon, thankfully. It's such a memorable franchise. Let's go ahead and move that Kuriboh up as far as we can. Got it. Now we're basically trying to checkmate him. And I want to get this out as far as we can. Just 1 step over. And that's the last of our pieces we can move this turn. Alright, so he actually moved back. That's very interesting. I guess he's trying to do defensive plays, or she, I should say. It's Teo. Move. That's not going to be close enough, so let's see. Can we get somebody with... He's getting a little closer, so there we go. End that. And then move... And then move the Kuriboh. Nobody's close enough that they can attack, but we're getting there. If we move up here, yeah, we can move this way. End turn. And then, yeah. We'll move him over. And that's our turn. Well, I mean, some people they ask some unusual questions, and that's why I always say, you know, hey, try not to describe people, and what I mean by that is my philosophy is always just... Did we manage to hang out so long that there's more animation for this level? What does this do? What is this clock tower stuff? Oh, we're rolling back time to before Christmas. So what, does the snow stop? Yeah, it goes from Christmas to New Year's. That's cool. So yeah, the snow does stop. Okay. That's interesting. Like, the longer you play, the weirder the field gets. Alright, let's see if we can close this out, though. Attack? We can attack. But I want to make sure that I get some attacks from Kurama as well. So, yeah, perfect. Okay. This might be it. Attack that crystal directly.
What? My symbol? Ah!
I am attacking your symbol. I definitely like this better than Dungeon Dice Monsters, but it's a little too complicated for anybody to be able to play it with physical game pieces, right? The way that they do in the manga. I think there's a computer simulator for that as well. Even in the manga with Mokuba, he's still playing on like a virtual machine that's in a closed bubble. So I think this has always been a video game that's played with pieces. Finally! After we beat Taya, then we'll be able to close out this area because we'll have beaten all 5 opponents. Not too bad. Was it really? Bam! Yeah, we got it.
Your symbol, you lose.
How gracious, Yamayuki.
No way!
Okay, so we did make it though. Yes! Victory player!
No! I lost! How about you, Yugi?
This is legit
Did you
really
have a
cool.
good
Yes, it was an excellent duel.
time? Thanks.
Aw. Friendship.
Yugi?
Yes.
What is it, Taya?
Well, good luck in the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
Thank you. I only care about card games. How many times have I told you? It's pretty fun. It's actually really neat. So Taya's defeated. And who could be the last opponent? Would it be Grandpa, maybe?
No one could win with me.
Hey! We're doing just great. Clear bonus EXP. Cool. Oh, let's take... Oh, we can't take the Skalangle. The Happy Lovers were pretty good. She definitely got some stuff done with that. I think they realized how good it was. Alright, so memory card slot, 1, save. Not too bad, we put a decent chunk of time into the game. Okay, so how much time passed? Wow, 40 minutes! It's been 40 minutes since we started that, yeah. All the stages have been really cool too. You know, the Death Star, Christmas, Ancient Rome, I guess one of them was, a weird factory. Like, all of the stages are very intricate and interesting. Now, I'm sure this game would get kind of, like, slow after you finished everything and you fully explored it. But just starting out's really neat. Oh, it is Grandpa! Okay. I'll tell you what, Grandpa, I'm gonna buy some, pieces from the shop first, from you, Grandpa, and then we'll play. Alright, so we want to go to the shop, yep. See if we can find another piece of Exodia. Piece of Exodia.
What would you like to do?
Let's see. Oh, yeah, we're buying that. I definitely want to oh, I can't restock on Kuribohs because we have too many. Oh, White Dolphin. Honeywa. Petite Moth. Maneater. Steel Scorpion. So that's like the only like really new piece that they have for sale. I mean, the Maneaters are different, but they move 2, they attack 2. We don't really have like a lot of I'll buy 1, try it. Oh, well, Kuroba's really not that great, but the mountain stuff's cool. But I think that's about all I want to buy.
What would you like to do?
Looks like Grandpa's not such a bad guy after all. He's not closing up the shop so that I can't play.
What would you like to do?
I'd like to buy Exodia pieces, but you don't have them for sale, Gramps. I will manage my monsters. Let's see if we can revive some of the pieces that have been broken. We haven't, like, messed around with all the options. Maybe we'll go back to our monster collection. Oh, these are just all the monsters we have, period. Including... Wow, you can look at the model files! It's just a leg! That's beautiful. Just a leg. So that's dark. So when I hit R1, right leg of Exodia, right leg of... Oh, that's the battle animation. That's the field animation. Okay. So that's just the leg getting ready to kick by itself. That's funny. Okay. Are there some monsters we haven't summoned yet? Yeah, that's cool. And then when we hit R1... Okay, neat. Yeah, this game's really, like, very well fleshed out. But I think that's the only monster we haven't seen. Okay, so we're building a unit. So this one, can't choose this since it was defeated in campaign mode. Can we, like, remove it? Or what can we do? Detailed status? Okay, that's cool that it actually shows all that stuff. Next? No, okay, it's not next. It's not start, it's not any of the other buttons. I guess when they just go, they go, right? So you gotta be careful, because you could technically have the game over by losing all your pieces. So, for that reason, let's go ahead and add some new units to our deck, including the Skelangel. No, we don't want to use the Piece of Exodia. We're gonna store that, because we want to save that till the very end. Put these other monsters in. Add another Kurama. The Kurama was okay. We'll try the Maneater. And that is all of our new units. So, I know! You know he's got it. He's saving it for himself. Although maybe we took his one piece and he's like, oh, I accidentally sold my grandson that one piece. Can't let him do it again. So he's just holding the other 4 pieces close to his chest. Maybe in his shirt pocket. Alright, so... Gonna go back to Area 1, and it's the finals! Yes, okay. This is pretty cool. This is really neat. There's only, I think, maybe like 5 areas. We could definitely do like one of these each week until we get to the epic conclusion of this nonsense. Oh, we could. Whoa, what is that? Oh, it's got like a fire in a wood field, and then the symbol flips over, and all of a sudden you're on another one.
Grandpa!
It's so weird because I don't remember Pharaoh Atem ever referring to Grandpa as like, Grandpa, right? Like, I will save my grandfather. But he's never talking to Grandpa in like a good spirit.
You do against me.
I won't be able to let my guard down for a second.
Aww.
This is going to be my toughest duel yet.
That's
Sugoroku
right.
Moto.
I may be
Muto.
old, but with age comes experience and knowledge.
It's important. Always cool to get older. Look how short he is, by the way.
All right, it's time to duel.
Oh, he actually said it! It's not time to start. It's time to duel. Alright. Let's go. I have never gone second. I always get to go first. Yeah, that's probably what happens. I mean, they've always had these field-based attributes in the game anyway. Like, when we've been in the different zones, they've been permanent, though. Here, it's like, surprise, something changes. Oh, I like the little spiky symbol that he has. Okay, so he's got, looks like some grass monsters and some dark monsters. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, he is pretty short, actually. We want to check the map. So check the map. And I love that they have like a little staircase here. What do we got? Examine. Okay, so disadvantage fire and disadvantage light. So if we use light and fire type monsters. Oh, he does have a piece of Exodia! Wow, he's got the right arm. I wonder if you can like farm Grandpa and get all the pieces of Exodia by playing him over and over and over again. Alright, return to the sortie monster selection screen. So we want fire and light. Fire and light. We do have a light monster. We have our new Skelengel. And where's our fires? Yeah, Fire Reapers. Do we have any of the lights? Man, they really put light at a premium. Kuribohs are still good. And I think we could actually probably use like one of the big boys. Right? 102 for a Feral Imp. I mean, they're so strong. But then we can do a Petite Moth. Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll do that. So he's got the right arm, but we have the right leg, and so our powers combined. So put the, oh, no, we don't want to do that. Can we? Oh, no, we can't. That's permanent. Okay, whoops. Alright. Yes, well, I positioned all my monsters. Would be cool. I will say, for a stream like this, since we talked about so many interesting subjects, it's not necessarily just like an old-fashioned Let's Play. So I don't know that I would put a full Let's Play on here. I don't really do Let's Plays because I just enjoy the notion of streaming, you know, a live sort of, you know, you had to be there kind of moment. Let's get those Kuribohs out first. So summon Kuribohs. I definitely do upload marathon streams whenever we do something like really significant as far as a marathon goes. So an example of that would be like when the Kaiba Cup's going on and we play for like 10 hours straight of just Kaiba. Alright, so that's going to be the last monster we can do. We pass and end our turn. Do I not? Am I not like, oh no! Whoa! I've never seen that!
In order to execute the best strategy, I have to take what you're planning into account.
No, I didn't do the track stream. I don't know. I don't know why, but I mean, I certainly could stream on YouTube a little bit more, but like just at this juncture, my content pipeline is 2 to 3 streams a week, usually about 3 to 4 hours.
Here I go.
Some YouTube art pieces, right? Videos that are usually under a minute or 3 minutes that are just about, you know, showing off special effects tech like that. And then every now and again, I'll do some remote duel stuff like that just to kind of show off. Why do I keep moving that over? I keep moving that into harm's way. Not smart. Not too much. We're in the finals of the first area here. I think the track stream expired, actually. So they only keep the archives for 30 days. So when you guys ever miss a stream, you can always watch a replay of it for a total of 30 days. But if you don't catch it within those 30 days, then Twitch actually just says goodbye to it, right? Oh, we can't move at all. So why can't we move our Kuriboh? Because Kuribohs can only move in X patterns. So the problem is that we have summoning sickness on the feral imp. So I end my turn. That's right, Trag every Vox's birthday. National Trag Day. Oh, so every time you put your unit down, it flips it over. How interesting. And then your piece being on, I think actually changes it to where it's... Is it still advantageous? Advantage... Okay, interesting. Oh, and because we had a dark crystal, we're literally weak to light. So that's interesting. So yeah, I definitely placed my crystal wrong. I mean, we talked about that at the beginning of the moves here. But let's go ahead and move the feral imp over here. And then I want to move the Kuriboh now, because he can, over this way. And then I can move the fire archer, honestly just 2 spaces up front. So these are moving okay. And then, yeah, that rotates that out. We can go ahead and summon this one. Oh, that's true. We failed. I was like beside myself. Just like, how could I fail at this game? We do gotta move. Can we move this little one over here? Yeah, we'll move that one right here. And then we make room over here now for Skalangle. And I'm just gonna call it Skalangle. I've always called it Skalangle. I'm gonna call it Skalangle. I think that's all we got. So I can move this back. We can actually start to get this out of the way because we want to hide this. And I end my turn. I decided to use a different set of monsters on this one just because of the advantages. Now, the Drollbirds would have been good for sure for like really getting out there, but then they don't really have that strong of an attack. So, looks like Kuriboh is going to fight the feral imp. But we know the feral imp ain't going to lose. Because he's 1,400 attack points, right? Level 4. Playing old school Yu-Gi-Oh games has been really fun. This was the right idea. Just to do something different, right? To travel to a different time, a more civilized age. Okay, so that is... Oh, it just says Grandpa. Alright, Grandpa. The grandest of all paws. Victory is in my reach, although it's not. It's way too early to call victory. Let's see who I can move out. If we move... is he in attack range right now? Let's see. Oh, he's not in attack range because I forgot he's got like really weird... he's got long range and he's very powerful, but it is kind of strange. So we are standing on... Are we in a fire attribute circle? I believe we are. Advantage... Yeah, advantage grass. Okay, so... 140. Wow, that's a lot. But... Can we bring anybody else closer to finish the job? We really can't. So, what about Kuriboh? Can Kuriboh do anything interesting? So I want to make sure that I kind of get a 1-2 punch on this guy. I really can't. So we'll move the Kuriboh over because Kuriboh has a little bit better movement. And we will move this one up 1 and attack. Yes. Okay, so we're right up on him, but, you know, we're getting it done. Oh, I've been saying Skalangle. Actually, I think in the original one, I don't think it's Skedenju. I think it's Skedengu. So let's see. We'll solve it using Japanese. Sukeru enjeru. Okay, it is Skedenju. Okay, so it's Skelengel. It's definitely Skelengel.
That was a painful attack.
But I just have always said it that way. And you know, it's regional. Alright, so, speaking of regionals, let's go ahead and do our best in this championship match here. I'm going to go ahead and move our Skelengel, end turn on that. Can we move him out of the way? Not by much. That Kuriboh is really sort of jammed us up. We can move that over here then. Yeah, we'll do that just to clear a path for our little fire archer here. Got it. Perfect. And then let's move him. Oh, we can't move that back there. I guess we can kind of, well, but then that's gonna jam that up. So we'll just move that to the side and turn on that. And then again, Kuriboh here. Can't move! Wow, these chess pieces. What an interesting field. All right, then that is gonna end our turn. Yes.
Not bad, Yugi.
Alright, so battle animation on. The Kuriboh is injured, but since we don't counterattack, right, we are going to take some damage, but we're not going to lose our fire archer. It's not too bad.
If that's all the damage you can deal, then my monster will not.
It's pretty
fall.
good. It's pretty good. Yami Yugi's attitude is at an all-time high. Wow, he just summoned that monster? How long was he sitting on that? I didn't even notice that there was one that he hadn't summoned yet. Man, that Exodia piece is coming. So do you have to summon Exodia, do you have to get all the Exodia pieces physically on the board in the right spots? Okay, so what is that? Oh yeah, it's Cockroach Night. What a classic. Okay, so if I move here, we can definitely attack the Exodia piece. But we also kind of jam up our field. What if I move here? Oh, if I move here, I can get rid of the Kuriboh. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to attack the Kuriboh piece. Go to destroy it. Cool. So that's going to clear the space, basically, for the enemies to be able to move forward. So that's neat. Get him! I like that Feral Imp gets, like, in there, right? Like, all the other characters are, like, shooting beams, and Feral Imp shoots himself, his claws, directly into you. Alright, so that takes care of that, which means we have so much more freedom of movement here. We'll just move this. He's a little fragile, though, but, we'll see. Got plenty of space to move Kuriboh, and we can use that to attack. This Exodia piece is going to be really funny. Are you winning, son? Yeah, I think so. Alright, Kuriboh. Use Spin Missile. 1,000 needles. That's strobe light, by the way. Alright. Not a lot of damage, actually.
Shouldn't you have more respect for the elderly?
Oh, come on. Alright, so we want to move this one out. Getting the next wave ready. Perfect, we can move this one forward. It's got such great range. And I guess just move Petite Moth a little bit. Oh no, we don't want to do that because we won't be able to move Kuriboh out. Oh, actually, yeah, we do. We want to move this one over here, and Kuriboh only moves in diagonals, so we're going to move this here so we can free up those spots in the future, and then I also just want to move this back to where it should have been to begin with. And then no more of my pieces can move, the end. So, enemy turn. Alright, so we are getting attacked. That's a real life thing that happens, right? I don't know if the United Kingdom's postal service is as slow right now as the American postal service, but I mean, obviously the world is going through some stuff. It is a totally normal, natural thing, even in the anime box, to have to build whatever deck you can, not necessarily the perfect deck within your mind if you had access to all the cards, right? Because then you'd be playing like some sort of Ojama King Turbo using all Starlight Rare Dogmatica cards. So yeah, just come up with a backup plan. I've been there. It happens. It is not fun. It does not feel good. But it at least encourages you to exercise a little creativity and try to pick something else out that you may not have if you got to use the cards you wanted to use to begin with. Alright, so we're getting there. I mean, you can. A 12-card side deck's legal. It's 0 to 15 cards. Alright, so who can we attack right now? We can attack... Oh, we can actually hit that one. Do 123 and then the Kuriboh could finish it off. Oh, yeah, I definitely want to attack the Exodia piece. So the Exodia piece could be attacked in what way? If I move back? Yeah, if I move back a step, actually, which is weird. I can attack the Exodia piece and that should finish it, right? Yeah, that'll destroy it. So we will attack that. I would, like, totally play this, like, online if this was, like, a thing. Like a phone game. Especially the slamming Aichi when it slams and then it flips. There's a certain, like, ergonomic satisfaction there, right? I feel like this game needs a strobe warning really hard. So yeah, got rid of the Arm of Exodia. We're good on that. What else shall we do? So these have 165 points. And so we will do only 118 damage. Oh, because you subtract the defense. Okay, I see. I'm starting to get a little bit more of this is the math calculations here. Then what we're going to do is move this up, and then we will attack this one from here. I think all the stats are really cool. I think the field advantages are all really neat. Like, this is pretty neat. We're probably going to end up losing this Kuriboh to the very petite moth that we're attacking because all it has to do is, like, move one and attack. I don't think there's a way to turn off the sort of epileptic-inducing strobe lights. So, ugh. I mean, old anime games are like that. I can think of a lot of games, actually, that kind of strobe pretty hard. We don't really have a good follow-up, so I kind of want to move this just over here, just kind of to safety. And then, is our new favorite card able to finish it off? No, it's really just able to move forward. Same deal. We can move this over, but we can't really get into any meaningful location. And then we can move our moth over here. Physically move that right. Actually, what about the Kuriboh? So if I want to move the Kuriboh, what do we get? So we move the Kuriboh. Yeah, let's move the Kuriboh instead, because it really needs to get out of that little zone. And then I will move our moth up just a little bit. And then I think, actually, we'll use all of our points, right? End our turn, and then end. Let's see what our opponent does. It's a pretty cool game. I wasn't expecting this to be like, I wasn't sure if I was going to switch to my backup plan. But, no, I think we're going to, like, really just rock this out the whole stream. And then maybe we'll continue to do some Yu-Gi-Oh! Nostalgia games in the future. My schedule is getting a little bit lighter at my office, so it means that I don't necessarily have as many dire mornings. It's always hard to stream right when there's something like really important going on in the morning. But if that continues, we might have some more impromptu streams of weird games like this, besides our usual Monday and Wednesday Yu-Gi-Oh! Nights. And I'll try to let you guys know that in advance, but you might just have to turn on that bell. I hate to be one of those, right? Hit that heart button and then turn on that bell. But it would be nice to just pop in and be like, hey guys, it's Thursday for some reason. But we'll see, we'll see. This has been really fun though so far. Oh no. If you find me a Yu-Gi-Oh! Horror game, sure. But I don't know if I can stream a normal horror game. I don't want to cry. I mean, you want me to cry, and I have cried on stream before, but I don't know if I want to cry that way. Okay, I was a little more comfortable when the screen was like that, yeah. Yes. Okay, so, let's see. Oh, I'm actually in attack range right now. Can I finish this piece off from here? Yeah! Get him, Skullangel! Alright. It's so weird that it has human feet. It has, like, gloves, but it has fully human feet within those sandals, which is weird. I did pick up that phone, right? If you pick up that phone, you'll take that call. Got it! 47 damage.
That's my grandson, strong as ever.
All right. Oh no. I'm so desperately afraid of horror games. I just can't do it. I don't know what it is. I guess I can move this over here as just like a sacrifice play. But it also just puts it in. Oh, it destroys it. Wow, it's gonna clear some spots out. We've almost like completely wiped the floor with Grandpa. I don't know what it is. So the cerebral experience of horror games, especially things like Silent Hill, I just get so in my head, right? I'm not really afraid of the game per se, but I'm so into the game that I'm like there, right? Especially with VR, that's like, oh. I have streamed a couple of VR games before in the past. It's been really fun, right? It's been really neat to be able to share those experiences, but it's still scary. Man, we're doing so good. This was so... I guess because it's such close quarters combat, we were able to get into range pretty easily. That is a lot of words to say I'm a coward. I'm not a coward in real life, right? It was a real-life physical monster, I wouldn't be afraid. But I get so into the narrative of a horror game that you're powerless and something's coming to get you, etc. Then maybe not so much. Alright, so... Can we sneak one more attack? No, I don't think we can. End turn on that. We're gonna just move that over to the side and turn on that. We can move the petite moth a little bit. 2 space. Oh wait, that wasn't 2 spaces. 2 spaces. Apparently not. Grandpa has taught us well. We're gonna move this even further back. I end my turn, and that should be all of our pieces. We are done. Costs a lot of points, by the way, to move your king piece. It's like 50 points, which feels like a huge waste, especially depending on what AP you have. So yeah, he's gonna go ahead and just. Is that not gonna destroy it? Is the cockroach knight so weak? Cockroach knight so weak that it can't destroy it. Wow, I love the shield that says no insect spray, no bug spray. We lived. We lived. Wow. That's it, man. La cucaracha. That's all she wrote. Let's do some justice here. Let's have this almost dead piece get its revenge. Destroyed.
This will finish you.
Right? Like Guilty Gear? Any Guilty Gear fans? Maybe not. Maybe I was the only person who loved May and Johnny and the crew. Alright, so... it's not that I don't like horror games, it's that I'm scared of horror games. How am I with horror movies? I think I'm okay. Japanese horror is just so terrifying for me.
Yuki, how about letting
What?
your grandpa win?
What, I can't like Guilty Gear? Depends on what the horror movie is. I liked The Ring because it told a story, right? It was scary, but it had a really meaningful story.
Your skills greatly, Yuki.
Yeah.
I lose.
But you held your own extremely well.
Aw, family.
But don't let your guard down. The path ahead
I'm not
of you is
great. I
still
was so bad at
long
Guilty
and
Gear when
very
it first came out.
competitive.
But,
I know, but I promise to defeat my opponents and win the tournament.
I used to play May, but I didn't understand how charge characters worked at the time. And then I played Cranberry Jam. Kadaima
I'll
Manchu
hold you to your
Maruno.
promise, Yuki. Good luck.
Thank you.
I think we actually beat the first area, guys. We did it. We actually did it. The power of a twig. Okay, so we got a bunch of points. We didn't have any casualties of war except for one Fire Reaper. We definitely are fine leveling up, and we can level that one up as well. And our Kuriboh is at level 3. And we're going to take pieces. We're definitely taking the right arm of the Forbidden One. And sure, Cockroach Knight is at least different. It does have a lot of endurance, so you're right. 233 power points is amazing. I think for horror movies, like, I see the Halloween trilogy as a suspense thriller more than I see it as, like, a horror movie. When I think about horror, I don't necessarily think about, like, the psychological thrillers where it's a murderer, like, killing people. I think about, like, you know, ghosts and weird stuff like that, but... no! I mean, it is Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum, as you can see the logo right there. And it's been a lot of fun so far. But I'm curious to see. Sacred Cards is definitely a good game, but wow, we actually cleared a whole area. I guess there's like, what, 4 areas in all? Yeah. Who's on the first one of the next area? Oh, Weevil Underwood, wow. Oh, and you choose who you play on this one. You don't have to play them in order, you just have to clear all of them. Wow. Well, I don't think we're gonna start another area just yet, fam. I think I'm gonna go to the shop real fast and see if there's any other Exodia pieces we can buy, and then we'll save and quit from there. And then we'll talk about what we're doing next week. I definitely would love to do more streams like this. Yeah, it took me 3 hours. It's pretty good gameplay value, though, when you think about it. If you imagine playing a full $60 for this, I would feel fine if I paid $60 MSRP for this when it came out.
True, I've gathered a bunch of new monsters for you.
Ooh, new monsters.
Before I forget, I have to tell you that the monsters you can get from me won't always be the same.
Ah, so you do have to shop for the Exodia pieces.
The monsters close.
Okay, so which monsters should I get?
This is so cool.
What's the fun in telling you everything?
Aw.
Check them out for yourself.
I love their dynamic. I love seeing Pharaoh and Tem interacting with Grandpa. It's like a really rare vibe that you don't get in the series that often.
If you have monsters you no longer need, you can exchange them for monster points.
Okay, okay.
Select Sell from the menu, and select the monsters you no longer need.
All right.
Ah, I see.
So let's see what we got.
What would you like to do?
I would like to buy Time Wizard. Yes. Lucky Trinket. Wow, so much health points. So much health points. Yes, give me these lucky trinkets because we had like no light monsters. Prisman! Elemental Hero Prisma. All right. I guess I shouldn't spend all my points. The left leg of the Forbidden One because we had the right leg of the Forbidden One already. Summon Skull. Yes. So much power. Relatively decent attack too, but his AP cost is like off the chart. Flame Manipulator seems okay. Decent power points. Pretty high AP cost. Attack points are pretty good though. Yeah, we'll take that. And then we only have really enough. Dude, Penguin Soldier. Yes, Penguin Soldier. So we have enough for like maybe one more. Baby Dragon. Yeah, maybe. Needle. Oh, dude, Needleworm. Okay. We don't have enough for Needleworm. Gear Golem, the Moving Fortress. Okay, whoa. We gotta like put some of these back. Oh, they're so good. I definitely want the Gear Golem, the Moving Fortress. I'll put the Flame Manipulator back. I did. I certainly was well aware of what's changed with Gutex, but yeah, you mentioned that last chat. I want to say we talked about it. Have they? No, I didn't hear how they're. I know that they were doing it. How are they replacing it? Okay, so yeah, can't select anymore. Nice collection here.
What would you like to do?
I guess we can sell some, right? Because I definitely don't need. Those are the new ones. Okay. Oh, he has like a. Does he have a buy list?
What would you like to do?
Sell. He does. He has a buy list. Like if it's used, you can't use it. You can't sell it anymore.
What would you like to do?
Oh, that's it? That's cool. Who is that gentleman? Who did they choose? Who did they nominate as the Pog champ? Let's go ahead and save. Because now we have 3 pieces of Exodia. I can't wait to be able to summon Exodia in this game. Yes. Okay. I'm saving one more time just to do it. Okay, so yeah, that's awesome. This game has been everything I wanted it to be and more. Let's return to the title screen. I want to show you guys the title screen for those of you who weren't at the beginning of the stream, because it'll show you a preview of all the cool stuff you can get in the game. I'm going to let the title just play for a bit, because it's got like an intro FMV that is off the chain. For real. It's just so cool. And then we'll talk a little bit about what we're doing next week. Only lost in the tutorial. It took a second, right? I had to learn. Remember, no one can win with these. Yes, come on. Alright, here we go. This is so cool. I didn't even know this game had voiceovers.
No one could win with these.
Not quite relinquished, right? Blue Eyes, Dark Magician. Yeah, Yami Yugi. Yami Bakura. In his final form, actually. That's the outfit he wears in the final season of Yu-Gi-Oh! It is. Seto Kaiba. So yeah, like, all the monsters are here. And eventually, I do want to do the, like, one area per stream. Just because it takes so long, right? Each match was 30 minutes. That's like League of Legends time. And there's Exodia. And the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. I guess to summon Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, maybe you have to, like, put 3 Blue Eyes on the field and, like, summon them next to each other. Yami Kaiba. Shonen Jump's Yu-Gi-Oh! So I don't know if they're in here. I don't want to spoil it too much, but I would assume they probably are, right? But we'll have to find out next time.